that game is like walking into the movie Alien, and it's like the save stations are these emergency phone things on the wall that you have to go to, and he put that in the movie.
Nice.
He put the little emergency phone thing in there. So he's a huge Alien Isolation fan. So I'm stoked, man. So is Mr. H, man. I've been watching all of his stuff.
Like literally the only thing even negative that I've even heard out of the critics was like, it's almost too much like the originals. And I'm like, well, that's a fucking compliment in our book. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're like going, it's too much like the originals. I'm like, well, that's exactly what we've been asking for. And it's the direct opposite of what Hollywood's been giving us for like, I don't know, the last couple of decades.
Yeah. Vagabond said that Chris Gore gave it like a 4 out of 10, but Chris Gore, like I've seen some of his takes on certain things, and I'm just like, I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, I don't agree with Chris Gore on everything too, because there's some stuff out there that he's absolutely loved, and I'm just like, I don't know about that, homeboy.
Yeah,
and like a lot of the time when he's like, this is why I like it. He's like, and this is why I don't think most people will like it. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm like, I understand where you're coming from and why you liked it because of your history with X, Y, and Z. But yeah, not always the most accurate takes. What's up, Tiny? How are you, sweetheart?
Ups and downs.
That it'd be like that sometimes.
Same. I've been super exhausted, just like super fatigued. Like I've been sleeping a lot. Like I have no energy. I'm just, oh God.
I think there's got to be something going around then, like just something in the air right now, because like my wife's the same way right now. She's been like dragging ass and stuff like that. And then like the kiddo just got like randomly started getting eye boogie stuff out of freaking nowhere. And it's just like, like everybody, it's like, it's like we've had a bunch of our folks. My mother just got sick too. And she's all the way up in Missouri. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? I don't know what's going on with everybody. I don't know what's going on. I think I might just be like that towards the end of summer exhaustion, especially with it like being an election year and everything else too. Like everybody's pulled in like 5 million directions and everybody's just like, man, just fuck off. Like we're just, I'm done. I don't know. That's just my guess.
Man, after getting all of that sickness, man, I'm like immune to everything now.
You better be at this point.
I'm telling you, dude, like I've been like since last Friday, I have been out in the yard with a trimmer every day, going out there and running both of the batteries down on it because it's a battery powered thing. And then like, this yard is like ginormous, and I've got it like maybe halfway done. Oh, wow. That'll be fun. Yeah, that is definitely. It's looking good though, man. I'm doing this thing right. Like it should have been done like back when I was like really, really lazy and worthless back in like 2007 or 8 or so like that. I would look at the yard and be like, okay, this is what I think needs to be, I would do. And they never did it because it would be like, I go do me stuff. So.
Well, that works.
It's looking good though. It's just taking a while, man. And it's like, I'm covered in like, like residue after running a trimmer for like hours and hours. And then you just
because you've got like all the sap and like all the little, what's
the little pieces of everything and like, and like I just, dude, just sweat like just an animal.
Just an animal.
He's an animal. Man, I am, dude.
Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen out there in the chat, is everybody ready to get started? Because we got a few things to talk about this evening. We got a very special guest that I'm excited to introduce to all of my wonderful chat and I'm excited to say hi to all of her chat as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, let's we'll give you a little intro. And we're gonna get started. I always forget that part doubles. I got to fix that one of these days. How are we doing tonight, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. And welcome to Winding Down Wednesdays, boys and girls. That one day a week that we get together in the evening to chit chat, chill out, and talk about all of the crazy and wild things going on out there in the world. And one of our favorite things to always do on this channel, especially on Wednesday nights, it's kind of part of one of the inceptions of things we've done around here, is to always highlight new friends, people you may not know, whether they're content creators, television, movie producers, or sometimes just a comic book artist as well. We always love to do that. And so tonight, if you guys couldn't tell, we've got a very special guest. We're going to say hi to Toasty here in just a minute, as well as her lovely chat out there too. But ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been paying attention to the pop culture news, things are out there going wild. Apparently, all of a sudden, everybody that wasn't subscribed to my channel and didn't watch all of my videos, and anybody that didn't read like the news, all of a sudden decided to freak out over the fact of what Kevin Feige said like literally 3 weeks ago, that no, there's not an Eternals movie ever happening again. There's not going to be a sequel. And of course, they couldn't handle the fact that 2 + 2 still equals 4, even inside of Kevin Feige's pussy ass. And so, yeah, there's that. Bruce Timm is a hack. If you don't know who Bruce Timm is, he is the creator, one of the creative minds behind Batman, the animated series from the 90s. So many of us, his introduction to, of course, our dear sweet Batman himself, especially as children, voiced by, of course, the legendary, and God rest his soul, Kevin Conroy. Well, now this exact same style of art has been used and bastardized in an absolutely woke abomination that is the Amazon Batman Cape Crusader saga and series out there. And holy cow, between race swapping Harley Quinn, eliminating any kind of connection to the Joker, and turning Penguin into a lady penguinette, color us shocked there that David Zaslav was like, piss off with that shit, and Amazon was like, ooh, gimme. And then we've also, of course, there's a lovely new trailer from the absolute abomination that is Rings of Power, the bastardization of the great Roman Catholic J.R.R. Tolkien's work, The Lord of the Rings. And of course, there's a lot of fun to be make fun of that. There's also some trickery going around and all of this nonsense and a lot of fun bullshit just to call out. So we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to let our special guest rant about all the fun things she's got to rant about as well. But before we get into that, let's say hi to my co-host that's been around here for a while. That's a hard-working, yard-working man out there today. The man who is not only a bachelor's in science, but he's also completely and totally full of BS. Diesel, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah. What's up, dude? I had something clever to say, and then I forgot it.
That's normally how it goes.
Hey, I was trying to find it, like, you're on Discord now, right? Is it the...
Yes.
I can't find memes. Am I on is that the old Common Nerd or something?
No, it's called the Memery. You're probably in the right one. It's just yell at Lavistro for how crazy and insane that thing has gone. Because I've had problems finding the meme stuff right now. But just click the link. Madhouse will probably drop the link to the Discord in a minute. Just click it in there and make sure.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
That's stupid, man. Why'd you name it that?
I didn't name it that. Blame
not you. I was talking to Lavistro.
Oh yeah, Lavistro. Yeah, blame Lavistro for all. I didn't know dick about Discord. I barely knew anything about Gilded. Vince Womack set up all my Gilded stuff, and then like Lavistro was like, "Well, if you just ask somebody, I'm sure they'd help you with your Discord." I'm like, "Here you go. Here's Archangel level powers. Go
Here's
do
the keys to the car."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And he set all that stuff up. So yeah, I don't know where half of the stuff is in there either. I couldn't tell you how to operate the damn thing.
Man, we're not getting another Eternals movie. That'll be another movie that I won't watch.
Well, there you go. You'll save a little more money then, I think. And the best part is Disney Marvel's going to save a lot of money off of it as well. So
that movie was boring as fuck. It was so slow. I was like, oh my God, I'm falling asleep here.
I couldn't bring myself to. I haven't watched any of that trash since Endgame.
So this is my best part, because Toasty, you don't know like squat about like comic book characters or superheroes or none of that kind of stuff, right?
No, so I know like the Superman, Batman, and I know which universe they're in. That's what I know of, right? But other than that, like I'm not like a huge fucking comic book fan and stuff like that. Although my kid's father is, he has stacks and stacks and stacks of comic books. So he teaches me, he tells me about it and stuff like that. And so, but I will say that it was a slow fucking movie. Like I was just like, okay, where the fuck is the action going to come in? Like they're talking way too I get it. Like this is our first time like as a new person watching, you know what I mean? We're getting to know the characters and everything. But goddamn, I want to see some heads explode or something. Like, oh my God.
This is the best part because you have literally just hit the nail on the head with like everybody with outside of all the woke BS and all the indoctrination nonsense, right? Like that's the other problem about it. It's boring as fuck because guess what? I loved Fern Gully as a kid. I loved Captain Planet. Those things are nothing more than agenda-driven nonsense, but they're great stories. They're engaging characters that are fun to love. But that's the problem. That's why even like they were trying to talk about all this stuff. And it was like, even the critics hated these movies. And it's because of exactly that. It's boring. It's boring as all shit. It's boring as all shit. That's so fucking funny. I love that. I love that. Tiny, how are you doing, my dear?
I'm getting by.
There you go. There we go. That's all we needed to hear. That's all we needed to hear. You're alive and you're with us and you're sorry for having great tits. So that's all that really matters. Yeah, great tits and correct opinions on everything. I love that cup. I love that cup. I love that cup. Well, let's say hi to the chat real quick and let's just go ahead and jump right into the first topic because I think Toasty might have a leg up on all of us. I don't think the rest of us have seen that movie.
Yeah, I refuse to watch it. So
I haven't watched any of that stuff. I watched Spider-Man No Way Home, but that's a Sony movie. That's not a it's partly Marvel, but like
yeah,
that's true.
That movie was just way too slow for my liking. Like I couldn't anymore. I like a lot of action, a lot of fighting scenes. That's what I like.
See, there you go.
Everything just been feelings in hallways or feelings outside.
Well, that's exactly because that's the complaint about Loki season 2. Madhouse Retro, what's going on, buddy? John Washburn, good to see you, my friend. Jim Bone, one of our fine channel subscribers over on Rumble. Animation Overload. Jack Tarlad, what's going on, buddy? Flatty, is that fire? There we go. Yep, you did hear Johnny King Yeti over on Toasty's channel. Good to see you, King Yeti. And by all means, make sure you guys come subscribe to both channels so that way everybody's got everybody. So if you haven't already, make sure you go subscribe to Toasty. Her link is in the description over there on YouTube. And her link tree and all of the rest of her links are on the Rumble description as well. If you guys need any of the rest of those, so definitely go check all that stuff out. Anonymous Libertarian, hey, a man after my own heart says hi, Toasty. Good to see you. There you go, Anonymous Libertarian. Good to see you. Hey, look, there you go. Madhouse is over there. There you go. There's cookies in the chat. Good job. Yeah, I don't feed my mods. It's because my mods are gremlins. They turn into monsters after midnight if I feed them.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh,
never seen the original Gremlins.
Okay. So
I've never seen Gremlins. I've never seen the other is it with the plants that eats the
Attack.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes
or Little Shop of Horrors.
That one I've never seen.
Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, I knew
never seen that either.
Yeah, Little Shop. Oh, okay.
Little Shop of Horrors is classic.
One of the we are getting closer to the point where my Saturdays will be free again, and we're gonna start doing like watch parties and like stuff like that. So yeah, we've got Toasty. We'll have you on the list. Don't worry.
Please tell me you've at least seen. Please tell me you've at least seen Predator, though, right?
Don't.
I've seen the new one.
Oh, the little Hulu original one.
Yeah, the little girl that defeated the big giant fucking monster.
that one. Basil, just don't stop. Just stop right now because we had this conversation before you got here. There's a bunch of stuff.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna ask. I'm just gonna assume you've been kidnapped by aliens like during the 80s and 90s or something.
There you go. Let's all say a prayer for Paramount. They have sinned. You are so right, Michael. And they're going to go down for it. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, I hope they do go down with that dog shit Transformers 1 movie. I hope that thing loses a ton of money.
There you
go.
You're
not a real Transformers fan. Look, motherfucker, I've been a fan since 1984, since most of you dweebs were even born. So you can get the fuck out of here. I know Transformers. It's traumatized by that movie in 86. So.
There you go. According to Waz, what's going on, man? Says I'm here for the free pizza and beer and to hang out with Toasty, of course, and my favorite bass Latina. Hell yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Gremlins watch party, absolutely, hands down. We're gonna get into that. For sure. All right. So Toasty, You're the only one on the panel that's actually seen the movie. You said it was boring and they talked a lot. Do you have any other thoughts on that as like what were I guess was there anything you can expand upon that as far as what your thoughts were on the Eternals, especially as somebody who probably didn't even really know, like, because Jack Kirby's The Eternals is kind of a little bit of an off the beat kind of thing too, as somebody who pretty much knew nothing about the Eternals themselves.
Yeah, so I watched the movie. It was a while back, and I have Joe Biden disease, so I forget a lot. But like to me, when I was watching it, they spoke a lot about like I think there was a couple that was in love or so. So a lot of the parts of it's just them talking about their love for each other and stuff. And it was just way too much fucking talking. And again, like I know this is the first movie, we got to get to know the characters and everything, but at the same time, it's just like, it was most of the movie of them just fucking talking. It wasn't like even half. And then the little bit of fight scene at the end. And it wasn't even like the greatest fight scene either. It was just so, I don't know. I didn't like it. I was disappointed and stuff. And again, this is from a person that doesn't necessarily read comic books. I don't collect them or anything. I enjoyed the art. I do. And I think it's pretty cool that you could create and draw these superheroes and stuff. You know, and I used to do art in high school, right? I've always been into art. Like I've always been an artsy person, a visual person and everything. But like I didn't like the movie. And I've also read up they gender swapped the character. And I believe it was Salma Hayek's character that was supposed to be a man. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, of course they would do that. Like again, like no hate to Salma. Like if it's a Marvel character, so and you get the call, like, hey, do you want to be a character in a Marvel movie? Of course you're gonna go for it, right? Like you're gonna be like, yeah, hell yeah, cool, whatever. But like the fact that they gender swapped the character and stuff like that, it's just like I have a thing where they change the characters, you know, whatever.
That takes effort to make Salma Hayek lame, man. What the you gotta, man. I mean, really, you gotta dig deep to like, all right, let's make her awful. I'm just like,
right, and no shade, but like of all the fucking actors, Salma Hayek, I mean, she's a beautiful woman and everything, and she looks good for her age. But like, really, you don't really pick a Latina woman as a that character is I don't know what his race is. A white man, like he's a big, strong white man. Is he white?
Well, so the Eternals, they're not even human, right? So like that's the other aspect. They're like these cosmic beings, right? And so like if you see what they look like, and this is the reason why it's hard to translate Kirby to like anything outside of a cartoon. And I'd say, or I would argue nowadays with the technology, I think you could translate it properly, but you introduce the Eternals into someone else's movie, right? Because they're these great cosmic beings with these powerful overarching entities. And it's just like, and to do the kind of ridiculousness they did. And I'm not even the expert by any means. I wish Jason was here because Jason would be able to rabble off all of the Kirby Eternal stuff for you, like forward and backwards. But it's like that. It's just, that was the thing is they made this movie. Like if you look at the marketing around this movie, right? The marketing was all about, oh, we have the first gay relationship in a Marvel movie. Yay. And we've got all this representation and we've got this diverse cast and look who we're bringing in. And yeah, look, we're making this character that was a male and now it's a female. And you're like, okay, so we've learned because we're not stupid, unlike what you think we are. We sit here and we've seen you play this song and dance before. And what happens is when that's all you talk about in your marketing, that's how we know the story has suffered. And there's going to be nothing worthwhile to the fucking story. Absolutely nothing worthwhile whatsoever, because that's how you end up with a boring, bland fucking movie that even all the whack job weirdos in Hollywood, even those guys gave the movie an absolutely abysmal score. It wasn't just like, Oh, it's all, because they tried using the excuse. The reason the movie failed was because of review bombing and yada, yada, yada. Here's the problem with that. The audience score is better than the critic score, right? How did this get review bombed if the critics hated it more than the audience did?
Yep.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
I mean, one of the big things, like, I can't talk about Kirby the way like Jason could, but one of the things that everyone knew about Kirby was he was unbelievably fan of bright, flashy colors. And this thing was so muted and so done covered that it was just they look like really good costumes, but they look like costumes in a way that actually, I think if it had been super bright and powerful, they wouldn't necessarily, because it'd be so actually off-putting. They'd be so different. I mean,
I don't know.
Look at this stupid ass picture. It's like some kind of diversity bullshit, man.
Yeah, like it looks ridiculous. They don't even look like superheroes to me.
No.
They don't. When I think of superheroes,
players, really,
yeah, they do.
Dude, this makes Captain Planet look not quite as like awful. You know what I mean? It makes Captain Planet look sort of cool, but these
and this is the other thing. If my memory is starting to come back to me on this one too, is the Eternals are supposed to be like this peak being, right? They're supposed to be like perfect and like
gods, like gods.
Right.
Yeah. Thanos technically is an Eternal. He just has the other variant.
Right. He's got the whichever McCall gene that made him look like a fucking monster. But all the rest of the Eternals are supposed to be like these perfect looking beings.
Yeah, and they go around destroying the ones that look like Thanos normally. But Thanos has been able to survive. But yeah, he is a child of Celestials. They are the children of the Celestials, and they are higher beings on all sorts of different levels.
What's going on with the ginger? Is that like a midget or something?
It's a kid.
And it's an internal child or something.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is her power just makes her stuck looking like a child for the rest of her life.
And that's
she's old, but like
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was just they made Salma Hayek look, man, like that is the most unflattering outfit you could ever slap on that woman. What the universe is going on? That ain't situating jack and shit, man.
Absolutely. But like, are we surprised? Because I feel like they have a thing with ugly women. They keep putting ugly fat women on. And like, look, man, I watched that Borderlands movie with my half brother and my nephew, and let me tell you something. Whoever decided, let's cast these really old women in this movie, and they look 80 years. I don't know what's up with them. These freaks. They're just like, let's put ugly old women in everything, man. Absolutely.
My thing is, it's always one of them situations. It's always a self-insert, right? Because like this is one of the things that we've seen time and time again, right? The people that do these things to art, which is what this is. It's comic books, it's movies, it's video games. All of it is art, right? And what do people want out of art? People always want beauty, right? You want something wonderful. You want something that pleases the eye when you look at it, right? Mm-hmm. And because Leslie Headland, the chick behind I'm Not Starfire, right? The Starfire daughter story. Scooby-Doo with Velma. Right. If you
Kaling, not Mindy Cohn. Mindy Cohn was in fact alive, man.
Yeah. But like, but you go back. My point is, you go back and you look at these people. Mindy Kaling is her name.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling.
Look at these people and what ends up happening. I wouldn't touch them with Diesel's dick most of the time. You know what I mean? And that's
don't even make that reference, sir. That's just not cool.
But that's what ends up coming down to. These people are hideous. They're ugly people, and even if they're not necessarily hideous on the outside, they are very internally ugly, right? They're probably the nasty, bitchy people that nobody wants to be around, nobody wants to date, and the only kind of friends they
even
have,
their cat hate them.
The only kind of friends they have are the same self-absorbed, superficial motherfuckers that nobody's real and everybody just talks platitudes and talking points at each other all fucking day long. And everybody's walking around on eggshells with each other because nobody wants to say anything that might offend somebody else, that might get you kicked out of the in-group. It's literally a fucking cult. And man, they're ugly.
Yes. And notice they like ugly things. So if you notice, a lot of these woke people tend to have ugly fucking tattoos on their bodies. Not even like cool tattoos. It's like little flash sales, random tattoos all over their fucking bodies from like shitty ass fucking tattoo artists and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
man.
people are
it's
so
like
ugly.
make prison tattoos look good.
Dude, I saw some of the fucking tats that Miley Cyrus had, that from some of the pictures at like the D23, like getting installed as Miley Cyrus or whatever. I was like, that's the most random dumbass shit I've ever seen. I don't have any ink, but I admire people who have beautiful ink because I know the kind of effort and time and talent that goes into that. All the shit on her looks like fucking random ass shit you get on the fucking Friday the 13th sale.
That's some terrible parenting right there. Is that thing?
Oh, Jesus,
is just, that's some. I'm laying that all on Billy Ray Cypress Hill's feet.
Yep.
Dude, it's just, it is. Yeah. Their form of art is throwing period blood on canvas. You're not wrong. I actually was in Washington, D.C. when the piss crucifix was on display at one of the national museums. I was actually there for that one. And it's like, it's one of those, you know what? I'm a free speech absolutist. You want to make dumb shit, retarded shit, sacrilegious shit that, it's probably going to end you up with somewhere very hot. Fine, go right ahead. Have at it. But to then go, well, but everybody should love it. No, fuck off. You made shitty art and you wanted to be edgy. You wanted to be cool. Ooh, I stuck a crucifix in pee. Ooh, I race swapped and gender swapped all of these classic characters. Ooh, it's going to piss off all the little nerdy fans out there. Ooh, it's going to we're going to piss off all the Christians. Ooh, aren't we edgy? Okay, cool. You're literally doing the exact same thing that the Romans were doing when they were sacrificing Christians and throwing them into the Colosseum. You're doing the exact same thing that the fucking all the Hittites and the Shittites and all the rest of the ones from the Old Testament. I'm like, literally, this is nothing fucking new. This is literally the same old story on fucking repeat. You just slapped a new paint of coat on it and expected us to fall for it all over again. Sorry, it didn't work then. It ain't gonna work now.
Right. And while they demand other people to respect them, while they can't even respect other people's, religions and stuff like that. And again, I'm also a free speech person, right? Like if you want to, say your opinion about certain things or do certain weird fucking art, like fucking go for it. The issue is you can't demand respect when you don't respect other people, and even so, there is a such thing with, let's say if I don't agree with their opinion about certain things, I could still be respectful and nice to these people. The issue is that they're fucking insane. They're crazy. They're fucking retarded. It's just what they are. They're so fucking dumb. And it's always about them. It's like, shut the fuck up already.
It's the oldest sins in the book. It's ego and pride. Yep. It's them thinking they know better than everyone else. I can be like God. I will rewrite the world in my own image, and it's like, it doesn't. And then they get mad because the world doesn't conform to them. Mm-hmm. And sorry, that's the breaks. That's the way the system works. You don't like it? Hey, I'm sorry. I just don't know what to tell them. Other than go fuck yourselves and get over it, crybabies. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And the most funny part is about these fucking people. Like, I love trolling them on Twitter. Like, I go after them. I hunt for it. That's what I fucking love. I love making them angry. So a lot of them will go and make fun of my looks instead of like, just like, hey, you know what? I don't agree with your opinion or whatever, but you're bald. You have piercings. You have tattoos. How dare you think like a Republican, and you know, you need to have our mindset and stuff. And I said, first of all, I've been rocking this shit before you were even fucking born, right? Like you were swimming your father's fucking nuts still while I was just rocking my piercings and tattoos. That's nothing new. You never invented that. So don't go around thinking like you guys are so fucking special, like you invented all this, because believe me, it's been around for a while, right?
For fuck's sake, OT had tattoos. He's 5,400 years old and he had tattoos. So no one modern day is doing any fucking thing new.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And they think they're so fucking special because they think they invented fucking everything.
Yep. Yeah, and it's so funny too, because think about what their first reaction to you was, right? It shows you how superficial they all really are. Well, you look just like us. Why don't you think just like us? Oh, here's
mind, you idiots.
Right. It's like, oh, here's this strange concept. I can also like tattoos and piercings and also go, that shit's retarded. That's ugly and hideous. And you're all dumb for your group think.
Yeah.
Like, and that just blows their fucking mind, man.
Yes. Yeah. And this has nothing to do with this. You know what I mean? This is, to me, this is just art. Like, to me, it's just like visual thing. It's not like my thing. It's not like, you know, I have certain politic views that are different from yours and stuff. What the fuck that has to do with my piercings and tattoos? So I'm a little edgier, but so what? You know, like, it's just like, are you trying to put a Latina in a certain group? Like, how dare you tell a Latina, you know, how to think? And then when I throw that, it's just, but you're white passing. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. That's Latin X. Okay, it's a tinx. Please use the correct. Okay, so I'm half Mexican, right? Like my grandparents are literally from Mexico. Like I did my ancestry DNA. I'm literally from like the north of Mexico and the south of Texas. Like, you know, it's like I'm literally like I moved back to where my blood's from. And it's so fucking funny because that shit gets so fucking old. That's, like I said, they are literally the racists because they're the ones that think every black person should think the exact same. Every Mexican should think the exact same. Every Asian should think the exact same. Every Middle Eastern should think the exact fucking thing. And it's like, you're the fucking racists. You're the one accusing us saying that all black people are criminals and yada, 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 and all this other shit. But you're all the ones saying that if black people don't think just like you, they ain't fucking black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck? The Democratic Party never fucking changed. They were the racist slaveholders before the Civil War, and now they just gave you a new plantation to get on. It's called a cult.
Yes, absolutely. They just try to mask themselves. That's the only, you know, back then they didn't care. They would show it. They try to mask it now, but hey, somehow it ends up just like people could still see how fucking fucked up these people are. Doesn't matter. They try
to pretend like it's a party swap. Nah. Nope.
Yep.
People have always been scumbags. And
insane.
It is. It's absolutely nuts. And that's what was so funny about this, right? Because these are these little fucking weirdos that we're talking about, right? This motherfucker right here. Jacob. And this is the other thing too. A lot of their arguments are always based on like straw man arguments and like a false premise or like gaslighting, hoping you won't actually dig a little bit farther. Well, fortunately enough, this is my full-time job and I work 65 hours a week covering this bullshit. So I've got a little bit of a knowledge on this stuff. Eternal's made around the same as first. Actually, hold on. Let's do this properly. Let's actually do how this guy is going to properly sound too. Eternal's made around the same as the first Doom and did really well on Disney Plus. So we deserve a sequel.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. All right. No, he doesn't. First off, nobody deserves shit. Let's all just get that through everybody's fucking head right away. Second off, he's making a false statement. He's giving you a straw man argument. He's giving you a false statement based on a false premise. Dune was released day and date in theaters as well as on HBO Max. Okay. Eternals was released strictly in theaters, right? And didn't see time on Disney Plus until many moons later. Okay. So not compared to, because Dune did very well on HBO Max, and it also did very well on the streaming service as well, or in the theaters as well. Right. Also, guess what? The critics and the audience liked Dune. Nobody liked Eternals.
I never seen Dune. I
hate Dune too.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah.
I've never seen it. I feel like I kind of already know I won't like it just by I don't know what it is. Just by it looks. I can't with the slow paced movies. I can't.
I think you would like Dune 1984. I think you would like the David Lynch film, like from back in the day. It was pretty. I don't know
if there's enough action in that one.
There was action in there, and it was crazy, man. And it had everybody. It had John Lucas. It had all kinds of shit going on.
Toasty, you'd probably like the first Dune because there is a lot of action in it. There's not too terribly many slow paces. Right. One of these Saturday afternoons too, we're going to do the sci-fi 3-part miniseries movie that they did, which I think is a much better accurate representation. And there's also a lot of great fighting in those ones too. There's some badass little like the Dune people have like this. They have it's called the weirding way. It's kind of like essentially like their force powers, kind of like they can do some like crazy shit with it, and like they can control people with their voices. It's actually really fucking cool, and it's done really well in the sci-fi series. And actually, they don't have to do a half bad job of it in the David Lynch movie either. They fucking suck at it in these new ones. It's a fucking horrendously well.
I can't remember a whole lot of that even being in the book, man. I think a lot of that Lynch added to the 84 film.
No, the weirding way and like the voice and stuff like that.
The voice control for the Bene Gesserit's in the book, but
right.
It wasn't weaponized. I don't remember it being weaponized in the book like it was in the 84 movie though.
Well, see, and I know it was never really weaponized in the sci-fi version either. And I've only seen like the David Lynch movie once, and I don't remember it.
I've seen that movie like 10 times, dude.
I know. But this I thought this was another one of my favorites too, because I always love this excuse, because we have a great example for this one too. Marvel Studios scrapping Eternals 2 feels like a mistake. Like most COVID-era movies, the original underperformed, yet it beautifully crafted, believably acted. Celestials were breathtaking. No cosmos-spanning sequel is a missed opportunity. Okay, the COVID argument is bullshit. The COVID argument has always been bullshit. Spider-Man No Way Home proved the COVID argument was bullshit because it came out literally 2 months after Eternals and cracked $1 billion. So, once again, false premises.
They have an excuse for everything.
Of course they do, man. And it's always, and you notice how this nonsense is just a bunch of word salad these people like to use, man. It's like the meme. It's like that meme, like, it's I'll have to dig it up sometime. It's from Revenge of the Sith. And Obi-Wan and Anakin are sitting there. The love can't meme Anakin. And then it shows Anakin, and he's got this bubble, and it's like a shit ton of words in there, and you can't read it. And it's just like, I'm not reading all that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And
I just lose the will to live whenever I read one of these ridiculous. Oh God, these are as bad as the IDW Transformers fans. These people that like to ship all those bots, where the whole fucking ship was gay Transformers.
And it's so sad because, that's what there's movies and books and all that. It's just to like get away from reality, right? It's just, and nowadays it's like, remember the days where you see a movie trailer and you get so hyped about it and you want to go and see it. Now it's just like, okay, what is this bullshit? Like, how bad?
You're right, because it's all propaganda now, because they got to put their it's nothing but their Marxist propaganda all over the place, except you do occasionally like the like Alien Romulus. I'm genuinely fired up for this movie, man, and the trailer got me like super hyped and stuff. But that's like that's kind of that's the thing. You occasionally get something like that every once and then, but 99 it's like 90+% of all the crap, the sludge that's been coming out is just nothing but like their Marxist propaganda.
Yes, fucking hot garbage. If you expect a movie nowadays to be bad, that's what you're expecting.
And that's the worst part. And it's like, it's one of those things too. It's like they've tried to say, like, they make the argument for superhero fatigue for a long time, right? That's the reason why these superhero movies were doing so bad. Deadpool and Wolverine just destroyed that argument. But it's not superhero fatigue. It's like you said, we just expect the movies to be bad now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So unless you have like a Deadpool and Wolverine situation where that's an established property that everybody already knows and loves, plus you've got Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman doing the best marketing campaign we've probably ever seen in the history of movies, and especially in the history of superhero movies, then yeah, it's going to have a killer opening weekend. But you know why Guardians of the Galaxy 3 didn't have a killer opening weekend? Because nobody trusted Marvel.
Exactly.
Nobody trusted him. And yeah, and Jason's got it. Jason,
this is
you were here, Jason. We need you to if the Eternals happened in the DCU, Lex Luthor would be selling the dead Celestials oceanfront property. Yes,
He totally would. Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you. And yes, Eternals was a total waste of great Kirby characters. Yeah.
And by the way, I don't even go to the movie theaters anymore. What I do is I would just go to a website and I watch these movies. Because for one, again, I'm expecting a movie to be bad.
That's what I do.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to waste money on a fucking shitty movie. I want to see how the movie is. So I'm not spending no fucking like money for no fucking movie that is going to be bad. But also I'm a mother. So I have children. I can't, and they're autistic. I can't go to the movie theaters or anything. So I stay home and I watch the movies there. You know, whatever. So I watch all these movies on the website. So fuck that. Whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's the thing about it. It's like, they wonder why piracy gets so bad, right? It's because of this. Nobody's willing to pay for this stuff, right? Like it was what was it? Morbius. Morbius was like the #1 pirated movie of all time. And it wasn't because anybody thought it was going to be good. It wasn't because anybody thought it was going to be interesting. It was because it was so abysmally fucking bad that people were literally using it like a Rickroll, right? Like there were Discord servers where you would open up a message. It would force the video to start playing automatically and you couldn't exit out of it without shutting down your entire computer.
Oh man,
that's
was
what people were using that movie for. It was.
It
That's what people were using that movie as. It was so fucking bad.
What I mean, I would hunt somebody down if they did that to my computer. I would be pissed, dude. You put that shit on my, what the fuck?
By the way, you guys know more about like the characters in comic books and stuff. I do remember, I think in the Eternals, one of the guys are gay, is gay. So
Yeah.
was there a gay character in the comic book? Like,
Okay, let me before anybody even answers that question, let me explain something to you about Jack Kirby and the era that the Eternals were created in. Okay, this was during like the golden age of comics. So we're talking like 50s, 60s. And Jack Kirby, I don't know if he was like a hardcore practicing Jew or anything like that, but all of these guys grew up in very traditional homes. There wasn't a fucking gay character amongst any of the original stuff out there. Unless you meant like queer as in he was a strange and unusual character. No, none of these characters were gay.
okay, yeah, because I think it was the black guy that was the gay one.
He was married to a dude in the movie. There was a gay marriage in the movie.
Yeah, because let's spend all our fucking time worrying about like their gay fucking marriage. Whatever the fuck.
I don't understand it. Why are people flocking to this movie? I don't understand it. We're gonna take a small minority of bond and force everybody should be your bigot.
Oh my god.
Dude, I just want to see some heads explode. That's it.
Right?
I know, right? That's like playing a game. That's why I don't play RPGs. Because like I don't want to talk to anybody. I gotta murder some shit. If I'm getting in a video game, I gotta blow. Jesse knows what's up. If I get in a game, I'm just like, man, I got to. Do I kill somebody in the first 5 minutes? Nope, I'm bored. Because when I play a game, I'm just like, I want to find the BFG and I want to unleash hell on whatever is going on there. I want to fight the bad guys and blow stuff up.
Yeah,
lots of people like to. They do the whole open world RPG and all that stuff, and I don't know. I don't have I guess I don't know. It's not. Some of them are. I don't know. There's a one or two that I enjoy, like the Stalker games, but they're more shooter than RPG. But it's like it sounds like what these movies are. It's like I just don't. You gotta do something to keep me interested.
Right. Would you say you like more fast-paced games like Call of Duty, like shooting and the?
Yeah, I don't really play. I'm not the biggest multiplayer person. There's a handful of games that I enjoyed multiplayer on, but like Call of Duty, I never played. I mean, I played like the single player campaign on those, like the World War II games or whatnot, or the Modern Warfare games, but I was never big on the whole multiplayer because I never got good enough, and I just go in there and just like probably just get killed immediately, and it wouldn't be any fun for me. As soon as I spawn, I just die. So I never played those. But like, I liked let's see, what have I been playing like well, there's Alien Isolation, which is basically it's not you have to like hide and survive and stuff. It's not like you got to do a whole lot of fighting. You just have to hide from this thing that you cannot kill that will come and get you. And it's the smartest AI ever. But there's still some stuff like I still play a game from 1999 on my computer called Quake 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a multiplayer single player game. Like you go in and it has all these, it's like arena fights. You go in and you have to get the most kills to advance to the next level, and you're playing against a bunch of computer bots. And you can put they made all kinds of custom skins for it, and you can like put all these custom characters and go in there and play as that character.
Okay.
But it's like basically it's just a kill fest. You go in there and kill a bunch of stuff, and whoever gets the most kills, well, you have to get like the number one spot and get a certain amount of kills to move on to the next level. So
that sounds like fun. See, that's what I like. That like I just want to kill, and that's why I like Call of Duty because it's very fast paced.
Yeah, I never got any good at it. I have no skill. That's why I never played it. I was just, I'd get obliterated.
Oh, I got so good at it. Then I had kids and I stopped playing. I'm just like, I want to get the new one that's coming out. I believe it's October.
My brother got so good at the Battlefront games. He was like, people were trying to find out where he lived so they could kill him in Minecraft him in real life because he got so good that when people would die, he would move so that there's a few seconds when you can see somebody still moving while you're dead. And he knew where to move so they would think he was at a certain place, and he would do that to trick them so that they would go there, and then he would kill them again. And he would just make people like psychotically mad with it. And they were just trying to find him so they could like Minecraft him. And I was like, dude, you're such a dick. You're such a damn dick.
That's fucking great. Holy shit. Jason Sandberg for $2.
Yay.
Thank you, Jason. You are sorely missed, my friend. Sorely missed.
Yeah,
$2 says, see y'all next week for witness protection. Yes, thank you, Jason. Jason will be on location in the witness protection program again. And I always forget to throw this up, that's actually supposed to say any donation. But in the evenings, boys and girls, when Common Nerd doesn't actually have to cut videos and, like be organized and get shit done and stuff, we do like to play the Get Common Nerd Stone game, boys and girls. So for any donation, I'll do a cart hit. For a $20 donation, I'll do a dab on stream. And for a $50 donation, I have a 650 milligram gummy that I'll eat that absolutely, it starts out tasting good and the finish is absolutely fucking disgusting. They're really, really nasty on the finish. You will get to see me make a really nasty face. So those are always options for you, boys and girls. And Jason, thank you very much for the $2, brother. Can't wait to see you next week, my friend. Thank you very much.
It's not that gross though, man. I'm a recovering alcoholic, man. I was drinking mouthwash, dude. I drank some gross stuff, dude.
That is true.
Hey, check this out real quick. I was going to show you something. Just to give you an example of well done of good marketing. How giving the fans what they want.
Oh yeah, we'll get but I just want since you guys are talking about video games again, we're just 1 second. Toasty, have you seen any of the I'm sure you probably don't know anything about like Warhammer 40K or any of that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So there's a new game coming out in September called Space Marine 2. And it's essentially you're this giant hulking beast of a man. You've got a chainsaw, a sword, and a giant blaster, and you run around and you chop up aliens, cut their heads off, like shove your chain. It's just like blood and gore, hack 'em slash. I think you're gonna like it, and it's got a 3-player co-op. I'll have to show you some trailers for it.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh yeah. I'm super stoked. I'm gonna be playing it on day one next month when it comes out. I'm super fucking stoked. So, but go ahead, Diesel. Let's show us this awesome alien marketing, because I was thinking about showing her the trailer too, because I think she'll like the trailer since now we know the kind of stuff she's into. Go ahead, Toasty.
Oh, I was about to say, now that we're talking about video games, me and my friend Beard, he's in the chat, the Beard Juice. He asked, do any of you play Dead by Daylight? We're doing gaming streams on the weekdays, and we're just trying to get other people to join in with us.
That sounds, I've heard that's a cool game, but how old is it? Because my graphics card is kind of old, so it's like and it like you can't hear it now, but it sounds like a Cessna, and like the fan is like dying. I need to get another graphics card, even and the prices have dropped significantly, so I probably will soon. But if it's like a few years old, I may be able to run it though. It sounds like a cool game. Is it something like Left 4 Dead?
I think so, but he would know about it, like how old it is. I don't.
I'll have to check it out.
That's the zombie co-op game, right? Where you're running around in like the open spaces trying to clear levels and stuff.
Left 4 Dead is like you can play 4 players, and it's like
but what about Dead by Daylight? Is that the same kind of thing? Because I think I've played it before. I haven't played it on a while. But I have played that one before. And yeah, I'd be down to play it, especially if I had some friends together to play it and stuff like that. I'm always down to stream anything I can play with other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't played it in a long time, but if I remember the game correctly, I think that's what that is. If I remember correctly.
I like playing Paladins, that's for sure. It's like I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's like Overwatch, and it's free on Steam. So like me and my friend Beard were playing it too. It's just real fun. It's very fast paced.
See, like I'm so niche with the multiplayer games that I played, man. There was an Aliens versus Predator 2 game. They had the greatest multiplayer of all time, and like I think there might be some servers still running it, but you could be an alien, a predator, or a marine. And if they put on life cycle, you could start out as like a little face hugger, jump on somebody, and then be a chest burster, and then get a warrior. And if you killed 5 people in a row without dying, you turn into like an alien queen and could just basically bulldoze the whole level. You were like giant, like, and they had all the different classes of predators, like the original Predator from like the 87 movie, and then the one from the Predator 2 that had the disc, and then they had heavy predator, light predator, and then you had marines like snipers, machine gunners, people with a smart gun. That game was. But it was great because, like, I remember playing, and so many people would play it. There would be a level, and I know it couldn't have been supposed to be for more than like 10, maybe 15 people, and there would be 30 people in this room, and it would be just like blood. As soon as you spawned, shit would just body parts and shit would just fly all over. That was great.
That's great.
It was blood spitting, ass flying everywhere whenever you played that game.
So yeah, no, I haven't played Dead by Daylight in a long time, but it wouldn't take much for me to get into it and get back into it though. Because if that's the same game I remember, which I think it is.
I was thinking that may be made by the same people as the Left 4 Dead people, but I might be getting that.
Oh, with the movie killers, it's the movie killers where 4 survivors try to escape. Okay, yes. Okay, I have not played that one. No. I have not played that one, but I do know exactly what you're talking about. No, but yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun. Horror icon versus victims. Thank you, Anvex. This is why.
Okay, I have.
That's always smarter than us.
Sounds dope.
Dead by Daylight came out in 2016. It's like the Friday the 13th game.
I can definitely. Thanks, Vagabond.
Vagabond.
That,
shout out to Vagabond. Yeah.
Oh, he just said Time Crisis is out on he texted me and said Time Crisis was out on the arcade 1-up. He's like, man, I got to get that.
I was muted the whole time. I'm an idiot. I was gonna say, I think it's the what's the movie with is it Jason that he got drowned or something? I think it's him like versus like the Friday 4 teenagers. Yeah, like
I remember watching the trailer for that one. Yeah, okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. I remember seeing that, thinking that was going to be a lot of fun.
He said it's like that game because there's a Friday the 13th game where you have to survive going through there with Jason.
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah,
there you go. Hell yeah, Hellraiser's your favorite. That's awesome. See, there you go. What's up, Animation Overload? Good to see you, buddy.
I've always wanted to cosplay as a female Hellraiser. Like,
dude, that actually would be perfect for you. Well, and go ahead. What, Tiny?
I was just saying the time it would take to do that, to make it right. And
you got to glue a bunch of nails to your head.
It's just that in front of a mirror, like,
yeah, you would totally need someone to help you do the backside of your head at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be fun.
Every time I see a character and someone says I want to cosplay that, the first thing that goes through my mind is exactly how fucking long would you have to be standing there not moving while you have to get something glued to you.
That's hardcore, dude.
Yeah, I think the makeup for me would be fast, and obviously I already have the bald head. It's not like I need to put a ball cap or anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. So the makeup will be fast. It's the little things that I have to.
Yeah, attaching to your body, having all the little pins come out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you got to make sure you wouldn't be able to like sit down with anything on like a headrest without just like leaning forward the entire time. And that I've seen those cosplays.
You bump into something that drives a nail into your skull. That'd be me.
But like I've seen people do those cosplayers before, and you gotta give them credit for the dedication, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's some hardcore. That's hardcore.
That is hardcore.
Or if I want to be simple, I could just do the Professor X twin sister.
You know what? Yeah, out of Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, Cassandra. Yeah. You could be Cassandra Nova. That wouldn't be hard. You could do that long flowing costume she had. It was funny too, because I saw an interview with the actress from that too. And she was like, man, I was all excited. I was like, I'm gonna be in a Marvel movie. And she's like, I requested a trainer. She's like, because if I'm gonna be in a superhero movie, I need to be like, in shape and stuff. And Marvel was like, no. We don't, because they wanted her like frail, and because she's supposed to be all mental powers, right?
She's so tiny. She's so little. But I laughed a little when they put that big old like helmet on her. I'm like, look at her little head. She's like this. She's like laughing, and it was the funniest thing. I'm like, she's so small.
Yeah, she was
the juggernaut.
So yeah, it's not your fault. So it's funny because we've got one of our guys on Saturday night. We do a Doctor Who show. Or not Saturday night, Sunday night. On Sunday nights, we do a Doctor Who show where we watch old episodes of Doctor Who on Rumble. And it's so funny because Mr. Grant Gregory's down in Australia. And so we always make the jokes that whenever he just randomly disappears, we're like, the emu's got him. The emu's got him. So, and like, I guess in your case, we'll be like, the hipsters got her. The hipsters got her.
Damn hipsters.
Yeah, the damn hipsters finally got her. So yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Diesel, did you want to share something off about your little
this little thing? Check it out. On the right is the save screen from Alien Isolation. On the left is like the movie prop from Romulus.
Not bad.
Like what they put on the wall. I didn't see it. Mr. H, with his autistic ability to see all the detail in that second trailer, or that final trailer, said that's the save point from Alien Isolation. And sure enough, man, Fede Alvarez put that out. And let me check real quick. Like I want to see that freaking animatronic that he had. He's got that freaking full-size alien animatronic I saw the other day. It was insane.
So Toasty, you haven't even seen like any of the trailers for Alien Romulus or any of that kind of stuff then either, right? Because you're just busy on Twitter trolling people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I let's see. Let's give her the first one, because the first one I think is the teaser is the most action.
Oh yeah,
that teaser, right? That teaser. That first teaser.
The teaser didn't have a whole lot on it, I don't think.
It's a minute. I mean, it's a minute. I don't know. We'll watch two of them. Fuck it. It's not like we're in a rush. We got plenty of time. I don't have to be anywhere else tonight. I don't.
Here's that thing. Check this shit out, dude.
Oh yeah, the little animatronic. Holy shit.
That's what I said.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
dude. There's something to be. That's practical effects.
That's the thing I want to meet in a dark alley.
Hell no.
So there was an interview with Alvarez at the premiere. Keep letting that play. So let's let that play for a minute.
His head looks like a penis.
Yeah, that's what's supposed. That's H.R. Giger.
Yeah, that's So there was a really cool interview with him on the red carpet for the premiere of this movie, and he was like, they were asking about like the practical effects. You know, why'd you choose to go that way? And he's like, well, because that's what the audience expects to see. That's what the fans expect to see. He's like, yeah, it would be way easier for me as a director to just, you know, have film a blank screen and then fill in Alien's letter. He's like, but that's not what people come to these movies for. They come to them for that realistic, that terrifying, that horrifying, those practical effects. That's what they're here for, not a bunch of CGI stuff, you know? And so, yeah.
Easy, dude. It was a man in a suit back in the day, dude. And you
now
know, there's something about the weight of practical effects that you just don't get with CGI. If you go back and look at Alien Covenant, the CG looked like shit. Well, that movie was not that good anyway, but like that or that Alien versus Predator movie from 2004 that you could tell it was just the CG is just bleh. This, like for the trailers and things that I've seen, I saw like a little 30-second clip with this girl and that thing is stomping she's crawling underneath the floor and that thing is stomping on the grates above her. And you just, man, you just feel the weight of that actual object that's on the screen, man, rather than some CG stuff that's not there.
All right, so let's check this shit because this is the teaser, and then we'll watch the last one. Watch the last one that he just dropped because I think this teaser's pretty freaking good on this.
Yeah, it is good. Oh, that looks just like that's straight out of the game right there. That from medical.
I'll mute your ass.
Run.
Oh my god.
Man, that line that the guy says, run. That is so good.
So that's that one.
I'm kind of hoping that person was a they, them, and they get killed first.
Are you talking about the chick?
With the shaved head.
Oh, that one, we're actually not sure if she's a they, them or not. That actually, there hasn't been any of that kind of stuff behind the marketing or any of that kind of stuff.
I think she is I think in the story, she has a girlfriend there. I think.
Oh, okay. That's about as far.
But it's like, dude, it's like not. It's I don't know. I could even see it in this universe. It's not like the focus. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely not gonna be the focus. All right, here's the latest one. This one gives you a little bit more of the
you get to see
but that teaser was very like, you know, wow.
See, he saw aliens in the colony, Hadley's Hope and aliens, and he was like, I wonder what kids who grew up on a colony like that, what happened to them. And that's how Fede Alvarez came up with that story. And he pitched it to Ridley Scott just like in passing years back, maybe when he was doing like Don't Breathe or something like that. And like he came up with like and these kids are trying to escape this colony, and it's like a full functioning colony. Like Hadley's Hope was a colony and aliens, but like it hadn't been going on too long. This is like a colony that's been going on for decades, man. And
so yeah, and it's one of those things. It's like this is going to be pretty. I don't know. I think this is gonna be interesting. And actually, it's funny what you said, Toasty, too, about the one you thought was a they them. You're gonna like this trailer.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Oh, that's the trailer.
Look how beautiful that shot is, man.
There she is.
This is the most recent. This is their final trailer. This is the last one they premiered just a couple of weeks before the premiere just happened. The premiere just happened Monday night. I think the premiere is when the premiere happened.
Ship is a miniature. That's why it looks so good. It's not CG stuff. It's an actual miniature like they used to do for Star Wars and, you know, Aliens.
I love that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that this was one of the things that got us, because we're like you, right? We expect everything to be bad to a certain degree. But because I watch all of this all the time, it makes it easier to figure out who the people are that are actually invested in a project and who aren't, right? You listen to the way they talk, right? If it's all about, my story and yeah, we're going to have the most diverse cast and everything else, it's like, okay, big red flags, yada, yada, yada. Could just be marketing, which has happened. We've got one example of that in the past few years. There was one example of that where it turned out to be all marketing and the movie actually ended up being decent, but it still screwed them over at the box office because the marketing was like the way it was. Oh, and then you've also got the odd direct opposite, which is what Freddy Alvarez was. It's the same thing with the One Piece live action. Everybody involved in this, Freddy Alvarez has been nothing but like I was such a fan. He was like, what you're about to see on the screen with this movie is my nightmares from a child. He's like, this movie scared the shit out of me as a kid. This is the ultimate horror movie as far as he is concerned. And that's like, I was just like, oh, you're saying all the right things, kid. You're saying all the right things.
And you can see in that teaser, that first shot inside that space station in the teaser looks straight out of Alien Isolation, because he played Alien Isolation in like 2014 or something like that, around the time Don't Breathe was coming out. And he's a huge fan. So that you get that whole vibe from that, which is awesome, because Alien Isolation is like probably one of the greatest games ever made, much less the greatest Alien game ever made.
Yes. Yep. Thank you, Lavistra. Honor Among Thieves. Yep. That's the one we were talking about. What's up, Little Peen? Good to see you, nephew.
You want to break in and steal highly regulated equipment.
This could be our only ticket out of here. Should be in and out in 30 minutes.
Welcome to the Romulus Space Station.
Mother.
This place gives me the creeps.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
The fuck was that? Yon?
Stop playing around, man. Just get up.
I'm not playing around. There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
No, there's just something in the fucking water. Run.
Are you all right?
Tomorrow. I don't know what's wrong.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go.
Impact event in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dude, when they're floating in space and you see those big globs of acid, you know that ain't fucked up. You're in 0G and you're going right towards that. You're done, man.
So yeah, that's the new Alien movie that's going to come out this weekend that a lot of the fans are pretty excited for, as you can tell.
I'm mildly excited.
Yeah, so that's a little bit. It's got a little bit more action, a little bit more blood, a little more gore in it. Might be something. Might be a little bit more
messed up, man. I heard it's gonna be some messed up stuff going on. So that's one. Yep, My brother is like, we're like, yeah, man. I heard it's gonna be some mess up stuff. He's like, man, I'm already like kind of freaking out. You know, we're gonna be freaking out because we're gonna go see it at like 9:00 on Friday. So we're both gonna be like, just you know, it's gonna be something you see and you're like, oh god, it's gonna be so messed up.
That's great. That is great.
Aww.
Oh, Munchkin.
Man, she's getting big, dude.
Look at the baby.
Yes, boys and girls, it is occasionally a family show. This is my full-time job, so it's one of those things like, yeah, that happened. That certainly happens, especially over the summer when the kids are out of school. Holy cow, couldn't help that.
Absolutely. My 6-year-old would just randomly just, when they turn off the camera and stuff. I'm like, hey, get out of the shop. Go
right.
over there. Go.
Right. You gotta go back inside. What are you doing? The worst is because I'll cut my videos during my live streams in the morning, right? Because like I love having conversations with my chat, and so like what initially was only supposed to be like a 2-hour show, most of the time is almost always like a 3 or 4 hour show now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, look, I'm just gonna start cutting my. Everybody's like, just cut your videos in the middle of the stream. I'm like, fuck it, okay, fine, we'll start cutting videos in the middle of the streams, and then I just cut them out. When the stream's over, I just cut them all out when the stream's over and shit. And yeah. It works out great. But that's the worst is when they walk in right in the middle of me cutting a video. I'm like,
yeah. I get it. I totally get it. Oh
it's freaking great. Yeah, chicken butt indeed. That's exactly right, Jim Bone. See, and that's what I'm saying. Leisha's like, I actually felt something talking about the trailer. And I think that's one of those things. Yeah. And yeah, there you go. Is it bad that I'm cheering when that chest burster is coming out? No, Devastator. It's totally okay with that. And that's the other thing, too, that every time I see these trailers, I don't care how many times I've watched these, watching that little freaking wormy little arm like trying to shove it down your throat. I'm just always like,
it's messed up, man. It's totally disturbing, man. I had to watch. And I didn't see any of these movies until Aliens came on TV in like 1987 or so. Even though they left that part in, I didn't watch the original Alien until a couple of years after I had seen Aliens, because like I knew what was going to happen, but I had to it took me a while to build up to it, because just and then I had to watch it. I watched it several times to desensitize yourself because it's so messed up.
It is. It's just, oh man, I think that one's gonna end up being a good one. But yeah, it's creepy, it's horrifying, it's everything that those movies were always meant to be. And yeah, I think that's gonna. Yeah, I know. I can't help myself but think that now. Like that.
And they got John Hurt to be in that movie too. Yeah,
I know.
Hilarious.
God, it was so great. But yeah, so that's one of those things that we're actually kind of like happy and positive about and kind of excited about. So that hopefully shouldn't end up being really good. I hope it ends up making a good amount of money. I think this is one of those franchises that a lot of people have been waiting for a good installment for a long time, and it finally looks like we're getting one. And if this kid gets to run the Alien franchise for a few more movies, I think that was one of the best compliments I saw too. Was somebody the compliment was, it harkens a little too much back to the old ones. It's a little too much nostalgia of the original
good
movies.
Ones.
Right, but it's like, but this kid still deserves his own trilogy, and I'm like, okay, that's all I
tell
need
you,
to
man.
do.
If he winds up, and this is like what I'm thinking it's gonna be, and hopefully they'll just be like, they'll give him the keys.
Yeah, and I agree, Mars. Always, let's see how he does first. Yeah, I'm waiting for the audience score to come in. That's always my biggest deciding factor. Is let's see what the audience has to say.
Man, I wish I could find one. Man, there's some sick popcorn buckets. There's one that's like a face hugger container. I was like, where do you get this? I'm not getting this at my theater.
They're doing a lot of stuff with the popcorn.
There's an alien head popcorn bucket. That thing is dope too.
Oh yeah. Well, and it was so funny because it was like everybody got so excited for that Dune one. And so now everybody's like, oh, let's everybody make a really wicked popcorn bucket. And now we're getting these really cool ass popcorn buckets. And guess what? As a guy who likes collecting junk like that sometimes, I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I love it. I absolutely love it. So, all right. Let's see what we got here. So For any of you out there who has been fortunate enough to not watch the Amazon's Batman the Caped Crusader, God bless all of you. Don't watch it. Do not watch it, especially if you love Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Because Bruce Timm's justification for gender swapping Penguin is because Batman apparently lacks good villains. So Bruce Timm gender swapped Penguin because Batman lacks good villains. Bruce Timm, longtime DC animated producer James Tucker, explains the reasoning behind Batman the Caped Crusader. So according to Bruce Timm and James Tucker, instead of creating new characters, since Batman doesn't have any good villains, the pair decided to gender swap Penguin in the Batman the Caped Crusader animated series, which also hails from the Matt Reeves and Jar Jar Abrams, you know, that guy responsible for all of the wonderful Star Wars that everybody seemed to love so much. So let's see where the actual quote is. So James and I were talking about, and so this is from Timm. This is Bruce Timm. This is the guy that everybody thought was this legendary creator from the animated series and all this other kind of stuff, right? James and I were talking about the overview of the show. And we said, one of the problems with Batman, as he is there's a lack of good villains. You've got Catwoman, you've got Poison Ivy, you've got Harley Quinn. It could usually be good to have more female villains. And off the top
like,
of my
wait, like Roxy Rocket, like Livewire, like she's black and blanking on her off the top of my head. I'm sorry, there are plenty of female villains. There are plenty of good ones. I wanted to do cosplay as her one day because it's so funny because it's shiny. Mockingjay.
We've got so Bleeding Fool gave us a list.
Sorry, there's plenty of female freaking villains out there, you bastards.
So here, Taja Al Ghul, Roxy Rocket, White Rabbit, Lynx, Killer Frost, Shiva Sophia Falcone, Falcone's daughter, Nisa Ricardo, Phantasma, Bruno Duala, Dent Magpie, Red Claw, or
Magpie, that was the one I was trying to say before.
Red Claw. That's one list that somebody at Bleeding Fool came off the top of their head of a list of female villains. I read that list off during the day today, and the chat came up with a whole bunch more. Because they claim that Batman doesn't have any good female villains that they could use, so they gender swapped Penguin. So he says, what he says here. And of course, you've got a Harley Quinn, which of course he was partially responsible for even creating. But it would be really good to have more female villains. And off the top of my head, I said, we never really could figure out exactly what to do with Penguin. What's the gimmick for Penguin would be? What if we gender flipped the Penguin? I mean, it's not like you've got decades of inspiration from a comic that's one of the longest running in American history, Batman. It's not like you've got decades worth of material to go over. No. The only thing that can inspire them to do anything with the Penguin is to gender swap them. As Tucker said, maybe we can gender flip Penguin. I just got this flood of ideas. I was thinking of Marlene Dietrich in her tuxedo and Cabaret, the musical, the art form of Cabaret. And he started drawing. Instantly, I got a flood of ideas. Also, I was thinking a little bit of Harvey Feinstein and Hairspray and Divine. It was just like I knew instantly what it could be. Notice, did anybody else catch on to what was lacking in that description? Anything remotely Batman related, DC related, comic book related. It literally was just a list of musicals and gay and movies that are popular with the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
because everything is always about them. They're so, what do you call that? Self-absorbed. Yep. It's always about them. Everything is always about them. Fuck everything else. Doesn't matter if it just doesn't make any sense. Let's just make it about us. By the way, while you were reading that, I decided to post something regards to the female Penguin. I don't know if you want to. I'll share it with you in the DM.
Absolutely, by all means, share away. I'll pull that up. So absolutely.
When I heard about this and I saw the way she was drawn, I send it to you. Link. This is what I thought of. There you go.
This is fucking ridiculous. It's just like, I mean, she literally looks like a flamingo. She looks like an emperor penguin, a male emperor penguin, mind you. Like with all the little flourish and everything around her, that's something that only male emperor penguins have. Like, wow. Yeah, Olivia, sure, that's a good point. Somebody spent too much time on DeviantArt, Tumblr, and Reddit. Yeah.
So I DM'd you on the Twitter.
Okay.
In the Twitter of what that just reminded. I saw the way she was drawn. I thought she was gonna have, for some reason, I thought she was gonna have like a. She just. That's what it just. That's what I thought of.
This is great. Hold on. Holy cow. Oh my God. That is horrible. That is horrible on so many levels, but it's not wrong. Why does she look like an aged fat Anne Frank?
That's fucked up. Also, supposedly they made her like this amazing sex symbol or something in the show. Like everyone wants to come to Penguiness's iceberg or whatever. Like, but they didn't give her like a beautiful voice or something that would actually make sense for the story. They just magically everyone just wants her for some reason.
Yeah, why? Look at that hooked fucking nose. Look at that fucking hairstyle. Look at it looks like a drag queen.
Well, they said divine. They were thinking about divine and hairspray and all sorts of
literally drag queens. Yeah. I mean, what was the one, the Egypt one or whatever that was really popular for a while? I don't even remember. There was one that I remember. There was a Drew Carey skit over. But it's just it's like this is insane because they took Harley Quinn as well and eliminated any connection she had to the Joker whatsoever, and then made her a lesbian. And then they made Montoya, who was Bullock's hot partner, who was the smart one, who got his big dumb ass out of all kinds of stupid situations because he'd go in with his head, he'd go in not thinking.
Yep.
And they turned her into somebody that looks like a dump truck. I'll see if I can find those pictures, the fucking Montoya, because they turned her into looking like a fucking dump truck. Montoya, there we go. They literally made Montoya look like a dump truck. See if we can find the good picture here. Because there's Selena Kyle. This is why I don't use Brave's website. But they literally made her look like a dump truck, and they turned her into a lesbian for some reason as well, which there's literally no hints of that.
I think more of the issue is they're changing up the characters instead of making their own characters. They're changing characters. It's like, when did this fucking happen? What's going on here? This isn't her.
Hey, that's my own video right there. That's my thumbnail. Google grabbed me. That is great. Yeah, but this is what Montoya looks like now. Like, she used to be this slim, slender, like kick-ass chick that looked great in a police uniform. And her shoulders are as wide as her hips. Like, and the worst part is it's not just because like she's in a jacket. Like we thought initially it was just because she was in this overcoat jacket. No, this is her without the overcoat jacket on. Like it's so fucking, like you said, the uglification of all of the characters. Like it boggles my fucking mind. But yeah, Bruce Timm's a fucking hack. They made Harley Quinn into an Asian lesbian, made Montoya look like a dump truck. And apparently the writing's really fucking bad too. Like Disparu watched like the first episode and it was just like, Batman's a cuck. He takes a backseat into his entire story. The story's not even about him. He's in it less than everybody else is. Like the only reason, they also race swap Barbara Gordon, which once again, the erasure of redheads. Barbara Gordon is a redhead. And they race swapped her and her father, of course, Jim Gordon, who's been around forever as well. And yeah, just more of the erasure of redheads, which I always have a real problem with on all of this stuff. So yeah, that's just.
Well, it's been like 30 or 40 characters at this point.
Yeah.
It's not just like it's been three or four or five or six. No, it's been dozens and dozens of characters. It's really kind of disturbing.
Yep.
I want to know why they hate
redheads.
I want to know why they hate gingers. That's really what it comes down to.
Because they really do seem to hate gingers.
I don't get it. I really don't. Like, it's like, I guess it's because it's unique and everybody, like, it's redheads are almost universally attractive. I won't say they're attractive to everybody, but they're unique and they make you, and they stand out. You notice a redhead, right? That's one of the reasons why they probably, they picked. Go ahead.
I was about to say, so there's a thing with redheads with I find totally true. Either they're super attractive or just super fucking ugly. There's no in between. There's no in between.
It's either here or there, man. There's no. You either got Wendy from Wendy's, or you got like.
Human recognizes different colors at different speeds, and it recognizes red faster than any other color. That's why red lights are red lights, and the color it recognizes the least quickly is green, which is why green lights are green lights.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really funny.
And actually, if you go in a strip club, most of the girls will be blondes because the lights are so dark you can't see the redheads. And the second color you see is yellow.
Yep.
Not all strip clubs.
No, but
I'm just kidding.
Like the psychology of colors,
right,
affects all sorts of parts of our lives we don't realize. And so if you're in a room full of redheads, every person will notice that redhead before they notice anyone else. Blonde, brunette, whatever.
Oh shit! Whoops, wrong thing.
I've gone to a strip club every once and then.
Oh, there you go. I sent you another DM.
Oh boy. She's sliding into my DMs, guys. She's sliding into my DMs.
slide into the DMs.
Oh yes, I've seen this picture before. I love this one. Yes, this is a great example. Yeah, this is a great example of it. This is literally a giant montage. I think Elon Musk even shared this out at one point. This is a giant montage of all of the redheads they've erased. Mary Jane Watson, you've got a prime example. This was on the CW. Wally West, Annie. Of course, Jimmy Olsen from Superman.
Yeah.
Josie and the Pussycats. And then of course, our dear sweet, I'm having a brain fart. Starfire. Yeah, of course because she's an alien. And the alien
Miss Martian also.
Yep. Oh yeah, Miss Martian. Yeah, because they made Martian Manhunter into a black guy too. That was in one of the CW shows. And of course, Ariel. Oh shit, I forgot they even put her in the Teen Titans movie. Or the Teen Titans show or whatever it was that they put her in. What was her name? The female Robin.
Oh, Artemis.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. And then of course Batgirl.
And that's not even like the half of it. There's a lot more.
Yeah, this is an old meme.
Yeah. It's an old meme that's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger.
There's some more. There's a lot of fucking more.
I gotta remember to wear my Wayland Utani shirt Friday. I forgot about that. I just thought of
There you go.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean, that thing they got to replace Starfire with in that Titans TV show. Blech. Starfire is supposed to be one of the hottest chicks like in the universe.
Oh, I didn't even think about that with Shanks.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that with Shanks. That is funny as shit, too. Yeah, I didn't even think about that with Shanks.
What, from One Piece?
Yeah, from One Piece. That's funny as shit. Yeah, I was
not happy.
I believe it. I believe that. Yeah. Redheads in books. Oh man, that's funny as shit. And with everything else outrageous like they gave everybody, it's like I don't think the red hair would have been the most distracting thing to put on Shanks. Even have it painted like that, it wouldn't have been the most distracting.
It doesn't make it. He's red-haired Shanks.
Right, it's supposed to be.
Oh shit!
Everyone calls him red hair because literally most people just call him unless they really like him and they're like showing appreciation or respect. Most people just call him red hair. That's all they call him. It didn't make sense for Shanks not to have seriously red hair.
And that's not even, and there's more. I fucking saved the wrong photo. This was the photo I was meant to send you. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. All the redheads are being replaced. Every single one.
Every single one. Every single fucking one. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, there you go, Mars. I hate the Batman show. Exactly.
I refuse to, like, Bruce Timm. Like, I used to see. There's a thing with these guys who like did good stuff back in the day, coming back and like just crapping all over their legacy, like the Russell T Davies guy. You got Bruce Timm coming back, because for the longest time, you just thought of Bruce Timm's artwork is just like, oh man, it's awesome, because he drew hot women for the Batman show. It was just the cool designs that he drew, man. And then, you know, to come back and let's go for a walk. Oh, there's a shocker. Oh, God. Go. Oh, you're such a rebel doing that. Oh, you're stunning and brave.
Miss Frizzle. Are they doing a live action Miss Frizzle?
Oh, God.
What is
Magic School Bus? Magic School Bus. Magic School Bus. Miss Frizzle.
For kid?
Yeah.
They act like
it was an educational show.
Oh, okay.
Dude, they act like wigs doesn't exist. You're making movies and spending thousands of dollars, and you can't get like $100 human hair, copper hair wig.
Right.
At least.
Well, and you know, like I said, I don't. The redhead one is always one that's confused me. Is why is it specifically redheads? You know, that's what, like, that's the one that has always seemed to be, they do it every time. They almost never allow a redhead. Like, that's one credit I'll give to James Gunn. It looks like our Jimmy Olsen's a fucking ginger, you know, and it's like, I mean, he's still race swapped Perry White, but but other than that, like, the rest of the casting's been fucking spot on. But it's just like, I never understand. Actually, my first video on my old YouTube channel to ever get over 100 views was specifically that one was the war on redheads. And like, I never have got why it was always they specifically targeted them. I never did understand that. It fucking boggled my mind.
We need to get Jess to do a deep dive on that, man.
Yeah.
Moxie.
That would be interesting. Moxie. Oh yeah. Moxie probably have fun with that. Yeah. I feel so bad. I missed Moxie's show on Monday. I completely.
Oh yeah, you did. What? I saw that on Twitter. I was like, what? Oh,
yeah. I completely slipped my mind. I feel so fucking bad.
To be fair, you do have like 12 kids.
That's true.
Like, whenever some shit comes up, you can just be like, hey man, I've got like, you know, I've got over half a baseball team here to deal with. So
yeah. No, I need to start, whenever I'm going to be on other people's stuff, I need to make sure that I put a notification to my calendar, so that way it'll yell at me and make sure that I remember and don't forget, because I remembered it for 2 weeks, and then the weekend came and went, and Monday it completely slipped my mind.
That's what happens with me. Yeah,
man. Leon was gonna have me on, like, I was gonna go back on his show for like, what's the Monday show? I can't remember. You know, Neon Leon. I cannot.
Talking about Words of Paradise. Words of Paradise.
Yeah. He was gonna have me on his show a couple of weeks ago, but my uncle died, and I had to go to his funeral. He had like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers and like a couple other people on, and I'm just like, man, I missed this.
Missed out on a good one.
Yeah, I know.
Blazing Saddles. All right, the blacks can stay, but we don't want the Irish. That's apparently that's exactly what it is.
I've said this for years. There were signs all over New York City that said "colored round back, Irish not allowed." I'm sorry. Were horrible things done to people of African descent in this country at a time? Yes, but they were not the only ones that have ever been discriminated against.
Things have been done to everyone.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, it's
Get over yourself.
You can't pick a single.
And the thing that pisses me off the most,
race, creed, color, religion that has been enslaved.
You take someone out of Africa today, you drop them in here with a legal passport, with a legal green card or whatever, and within fucking 20 years, they have a home, a family, and a business. So don't tell me it's the color of the skin that's the problem.
They're not. That's all Marxism, trying to divide people and keep a certain group of people down by destroying the family life and everything, man. They did it years ago, man, so they can keep them voting Democrat 24/7.
They have no souls, and it scares the normies.
My sister's a redhead. I can vouch for that. No, I'm just kidding.
Tiny rants. That's great,
dude. I am making like an all-female panel on Fridays, but like a fucking idiot because I've been deleting messages and stuff because I get weird messages and whatever. I accidentally just fucking closed off my fucking chat. And I had everybody in there, all the based women in there. I just fucking closed myself off. Oh, I deleted myself off the fucking chat. And I've been too fucking tired. I've been like exhausted, lady, to where I've been so lazy. I couldn't. I was just like, it's just too much to make another group chat and add everybody up.
Have you thought about meth, cocaine, and or crack?
I thought about it, especially since I want to be skinny, but like, no.
Yeah, well,
I'm too lazy to do this.
I can put you on a program that, like, to steal a line from an old SNL bit, man. You'll shed more weight than a Tijuana crack whore.
Yeah, it's. I noticed one of my biggest things with that was like I stopped. That's one of the reasons why I stopped eating like carbs during the day when I'm working and stuff, is because as soon as those damn things hit my stomach, I'm like yawning and I'm like I don't want to do nothing and I'm like lethargic and I'm like fuck that shit. So I just like I eat protein and like protein bars during the day because otherwise I'm like, especially because I'm out in my garage doing all of this too, so it's fucking hot out here because I live in South Texas because I hate the fucking cold. I hate the fucking cold. And so I can deal with the heat. I can work in the heat. I was an aircraft mechanic for a decade. Like I've worked outside almost my entire life. Like the heat doesn't bug me, but there's a certain point where the cold and I can't feel the tips of my fingers and I can't pick things up anymore because, you know, I don't do that shit. Yeah. I don't do that shit. I just don't. I don't like that. No. I don't put me in the heat. I can handle the heat.
Intermittent fasting, dude. If you want to get your metabolism like jumped up, man, like I said before, like it ain't worth the after effects. Trust me. I'm just kidding, man. Look, I'm a recovering alcoholic, man. When I say stuff about that, you have to understand. I'm coming from a place of complete and total bullshit because I would never want anybody to get on drugs and alcohol. They're bad for you. You wind up like me.
That is so true.
You wind up almost dying like half a dozen times in a year.
Diesel is the poster child for don't do drugs.
Yeah, I'm like, look, would you like me to tell you a few stories and about like what drugs and alcohol will do to you? Have you ever wanted to be in an induced coma for a week? Wake up wandering around downtown Birmingham for a few days. That's fun. You ever wanted to be homeless, drink mouthwash, have a stroke, almost die, be crippled, wreck 7 times that you remember in less than a year?
Oh my God.
Alcoholism might be for you.
Oh my God. I don't even know. That is fucking great.
Auburn.
All right. I have no idea. But speaking of things that we don't want to have any idea about, everybody on the panel who's a fan of Tolkien, I would say raise your hand, but we can't see everybody. So, but yeah,
I'm raising my hand.
I knew you. I knew Tiny was going to jump on this.
I've never. One of these years, I'm going to get around to making myself read the Lord of the Rings. I've got an old little box set of the paperbacks, man. A little thing my mom bought me years ago when the movies.
Well, since we're kind of continuing a theme here, right? We started with Amazon allowing horrible things to happen to Batman. And as everybody's very well aware, Amazon is also responsible for the absolute abomination, bastardization, and complete and total disrespect to the great J.R.R. Tolkien. And this is the second season of this hot garbage abomination's latest trailer. And the Rings of Acolyte Part Deuce. There you go, Anvac Grim. That's a very, very accurate term. Yeah, burn them all indeed. Because holy God, the best part about this is we know this is something that they spent over $1 billion on. Right, this is something they've literally spent $1 billion on. They bought the rights for this from the Tolkien Society in order to produce this show for $1 billion plus that the $1 billion encompassed the rights plus the requirement and the money and the funding for 5 seasons of this. 5 seasons of this is what the contract with the Tolkien Society was supposed to guarantee them. They were going to do 5 seasons of this. Whether or not it'll actually last that long, I have no idea. This might end up being like a Wheel of Time situation where they have to contractually continue to put this out because otherwise they end up sacrificing even more money because of like contract violations and nonsense like that. My favorite part about this is that means even if we do get 5 seasons, that means we get 5 seasons of watching the numbers just get worse and worse because there's going to be a point where they're not even going to chart. Like, and we know because of certain analytics that this show between its first episode and its last episode lost 95% of its viewership. The first 80% of that was lost between episodes 1 and 2. People that started the first episode did not finish the second episode, even though they premiered both of them at the exact same time on the exact same day. They were so disgusted by the first episode or bored to tears in some cases, from what a lot of people said about this, that they absolutely did not even bother letting it play to continue the second episode. That's how abysmally bad the first season was. Aren't you excited for the second season? Tiny, aren't you excited for the second season?
Only in watching the Disparu videos because he loses his mind and it's hilarious.
Oh, amen on that one, sister. Amen. Oh, so this, I'm hoping, is our final trailer before this shit premieres at the end of the month, but God, I have no idea at this point. I have no idea. You don't think they're going to do that in the second season? I have a theory on what you just said based on this trailer alone. And especially
her husband's supposed to be walking around somewhere.
What husband? What husband? What kid? They haven't mentioned any of that. It's not like the elves mate for life or anything like that. It's not like they've completely and totally destroyed everything that made her a wonderful character. And they've turned her into a snarky know-it-all bitch. It's really fucking annoying and
elegance
irritating.
Or grace or any of the strengths and virtues of womanhood.
But Tiny, you don't understand. This is her journey to get to what you saw in those movies that were made by a bunch of racists and sexists. And apparently all the black elves, there was a genocide.
Black dwarves just randomly different. Black dwarves and black elves just all killed each other and then none left.
Yeah. Apparently there was a genocide among the dwarf and the elven population at some point. Because none of those exist in anything else.
Tolkien did mention about the elves from the east that were a different type of elf in a way. Like they're very briefly mentioned, and there is something else out there, and they could have just fucking said these are the elves from the east, but no, we've got to do it with the dwarves too, and we've got to only have 1 or 2 of each, so it look quite obviously out of place. And you have to come up with some bullshit excuse for it that doesn't make any sense. When they could have just said, "Oh, these are elves from the east," and not had a black dwarf, would have been perfectly fine. It still would have been stupid, and the costumes would still have sucked, and the fucking story would still have sucked. But at least it would have made some sense. No, can't do that.
Hashtag real dwarves have beards, even the women.
Even the women.
Yeah. Parody is about the only places this would have been better because the reviewers are funny. Then the unironic attempts at acting these chumps pulled. Yeah. The Galadriel's hoe phase, that explains everything. Oh, there you go. Notice the scene placement there with her and the tree and him. Once he gains their trust, he can warp their mind. So if she does fuck him, it's because right. Yeah, it's not gonna be her fault.
Okay, I see what
even though they set up the whole her lusting for him in the first season. So now that's gonna be their excuse because, like you said, she's supposed to have a husband and a kid at this point. Because she's like 2,000 years old at this point. Yeah,
something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, they're elves. They're basically immortal.
And good looking, usually.
ethereal. They are supposed to be like literally like the representations of like the embodiment of heaven and like angels kind of on earth. They're supposed to be like the embodiment of perfection. They're supposed to be ethereal. Yep. Right. That's why when you saw him, and that's why you saw him in the Peter Jackson movies, they always had a kind of a little bit of a glow to them.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they're supposed to have. But
they're just angelic looking.
Exactly. And that's how they were described in Tolkien's work. This is what they give us in Rings of Power. Is this guy? This is supposed to be your angelic being. And
I thought they don't age in the face. Like I thought they always look young.
They're also they're not really supposed, like they can show their age in certain ways, but you normally don't really see it in the face like all the elves at Rivendell in the Peter Jackson movies. But this guy with the short hair, he looks like he's a bad fucking extra for a goddamn Scottish Shakespeare play. I'm not going to say the name because there's enough bad luck in the world. I'm not even going to say it without doing the play. I know the bad luck that shit can bring. But like, dude, give me Hamlet. I believe he's in Hamlet, but he ain't fucking in Lord of the Rings. And he's just playing an elf.
Yeah. He looked like he'd be a good extra in a Doctor Who episode. There you go. That's almost an insult to Doctor Who extras.
He looks like your weird gay uncle.
You got a really weird uncle, lady.
Yeah, the fucking the give me the meat and give it to me raw scene from last fucking season between the elf and the dwarf.
Oh God.
I'm not bullshitting you. There was literally an episode in the last season, Toasty, that where like the elf, the dwarf is talking to the elf. And he's like, just give me the meat and give it to me raw. And like the fucking look that the elf and the dwarf have on each other's faces at the time, it's supposed to be like this kind of, oh, I'm not sure. It looks like he's about to actually give him his fucking dick. Is what it looks like. It's so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. So yeah, the gay uncle thing, not too far off. But in our hands, we can use them for good. Boy, that's not a lesson that wasn't taught over and over and over and over and over and over and over in Lord of the Rings.
And here's the thing too. I've seen the Lord of the Rings, and weren't the female elves? I thought they had beards too.
Dwarves. Female dwarves have beards.
Yeah, the dwarves. But how come that queen doesn't have a beard? Isn't she a dwarf or something? What is she?
She's a dwarf, and I have a lot of thumbnails from the first season specifically attaching a beard to her face because dwarves are supposed to have beards.
Yes,
and female dwarves.
Right, and I thought this was about. I thought to these people was always representation. Aren't there women with?
Except when it's not.
One of the things that the dwarves make fun of the elves for is that they have such clean faces, that they're so. They've got no raunchiness to them. They've got no get in the dirt and have fun to them. They're all so stodgy and cold and angel-like. And a big part of that is they make fun of them for being clean shaven.
Yes.
And it's like there's all these cultural like each of these species is a different species. They have their own culture, they have their own history, they have their own lore, they have their own what's beautiful and what's not beautiful. And the interactions of these different species who believe things very differently is part of what makes the fucking thing so good. So if you make them all act exactly the same stupid blob vanilla crap, then no, you don't get anything special from any of the species.
But do they walk with the swagger of a young black teenager?
Oh, Marvel Comics, how far are you fallen? Almost as far as Rings of Power. I don't know. It's a race to the bottom at this point. I'm not sure.
I got a mailer when I got my Transformers issue 10, and it had some new X-Men stuff in it or something. Jesse, I have to let you take a look at it sometime.
I mean, you were never really that.
Well, and this is the funny part too, is if you look at the picture, like you look at this image right here.
What's
like
the difference?
They literally just put like ash on his face.
What's the difference? It looks like he was just in a car wreck and he just happens to have like, I don't know, like, yeah, what you said, just like dirt in his face or something. Like that's not far off. okay, like if you turn to one of those, what are those, like the
ring wraiths?
Yeah, like with the ears and everything, I would understand that, but dude, you're not. It just.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. Like, if they made it like
the ring wraiths were the human kings who wore the rings.
Right. But I think she might have been thinking of like an orc.
Yeah,
the orcs, which are like a corrupted, elf. They're corrupted elves, is what they are. Yeah. And so, like that, or like I was thinking ring wraith, but yeah, that's either one of those. And the orc would have actually been more in line with the Tolkien lore if they'd made him look like an orc in that scene, and it would have been much more shocking. You could have made him look like he was just dying, like he was desiccated in the face. Like there's a million different things you could have made him look like. They literally just made it look like they threw ash on his face. And that was fucking it.
Right. Like he was just like doing something, like he was just checking out the what is it, like the front of a car, and it just happens to shit throws in, Yeah,
all the fucking carbon and all the fucking black smoke that came out of the back of a diesel engine. He just got smacked in the face with all the fucking exhaust out of a diesel engine.
This is so stupid. This is so dumb.
Oh my God.
He acts like he was so fucking good looking. It's like, dude, you're.
Yeah. You're mid for an older dude at best, and you look like you're kind of short. You know what I mean? And that's the other problem, right? And I know you don't know like a lot of like the Silmarillion and stuff like that, right? So they base this whole premise of this bullshit ass show on Galadriel being like this soldier and this leader of armies and all this other stuff. They base it all on this one fucking line from Tolkien that says Galadriel looked out upon them with the eyes of a commander. That's it. It never said that she led anybody on. She never led any army. She never led any fucking special ops team, that she was a million. It said she was athletic and she could keep up with the boys, and she was tall for a female, right? So if anything, and that's the other problem too. They picked Morford fucking Clark. Okay. Morford Clark is like 5'1" and weighs probably 100 pounds, sopping fucking wet. There is nothing athletic or impressive about her size in any way, shape, or form. Right? So that's another fucking problem with all this. It's unbelievable that she's this hero, that she's this commander, that she's this fucking leader. It's just so fucking insane. It's so insane. Just like this scene.
And I'm sorry, you can be. I spent years and years fighting all the time to say that, yes, there were women in history that swung a sword or another type of weapon, and there were women who won fights, and there were women who won battles and shit. And that's all true. But they are the outliers. Mm-hmm. But women have commanded troops many times in history. They don't do it from the front lines. They do it from the back with their advisors. That's normal. A. B. She's supposed to be the epitome of all the womanly strengths and virtues. She's beautiful, intelligent, wise, kind. And she tests herself. She actually fucking almost takes the ring. And because Frodo will give it to her. She doesn't have to take it. Frodo will give it to her. He thinks that she's so beautiful, she's so pure that it will be all right. And her attitude is, no, you still be putting everyone under the dominion of one mind, of one person. You can't do that. And she's like, I was willing to not take it. I have proven myself in this life. I can go into the West and feel like I've done good. Not, well, I had a chance to go into the West and I decided I was just going to swim across an ocean instead. Didn't want to go there.
And then ran. Hey,
her whole thing is she doesn't think that she's pure enough. She doesn't think that she's pure enough to go to the West. She doesn't think that she deserves it necessarily yet. After thousands of years on this earth, she's afraid she hasn't done enough. And she turns down the ring, and now she can go. So how the fuck does it make any sense that hundreds and hundreds of years earlier she had the chance to go and just decided to say, fuck it?
Yeah. They literally were trying to force her onto it to go. And she's like, fuck off. I don't want to. And turns around. Oh God, this show's so fucking retarded. It's so fucking retarded.
It makes no sense.
He swims across the ocean and runs into Sauron.
Yeah, just randomly in the water out there.
Done to me. Who are you?
Oh, and by the way, this right here, They're like, who are you? It's literally the exact same fucking bad guy that they all found out was the bad guy in the first season, except in a blonde fucking wig.
And ears. They gave him the ears.
Yeah, they gave him the ears and a blonde fucking wig. They gave him ears and a blonde wig, and all of a sudden, nobody's supposed to recognize him anymore. These have got to be the dumbest, most unaware motherfuckers on the face of the planet. This is how stupid and superficial, right? You put ears and a blonde wig on him, and all of a sudden he's a completely different person. It's almost like if you have a guy get fake tits and grow his hair, all of a sudden he's a woman, even though he still sounds like this. It's almost, I don't know. It must be a similar compare. I don't. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws. I don't. Tiny, would you like the floor for a moment, my dear?
No, I'm good. I've had my rants tonight. I'm just, I'm just like, there's proving that you are completely creatively bankrupt, and then there's proving that you can't even take the great creatives of other people and be able to even just move forward with it. You've been given some of the greatest characters in modern literature, if not all of literature, in one of the greatest and most detailed worlds in all of modern literature. And you can't make it work. That just proves there's nothing left for you. Get out of the business. You don't belong in anything that's creative based or writing based or anything like that. And now you've got me ranting again. Yeah, and he's muted. He set me off on a rant so that he could go to the bathroom and not have to worry about it. But I'm not doing that. I'm not going to rant for 5 fucking minutes straight just so you go to the bathroom and nobody knows.
Right.
I will not be used by the patriarchy.
Were you ranting for 5 minutes straight so he could go to the bathroom?
No, I'm refusing to rant for 5 minutes straight so that he can go to the bathroom without anyone realizing it.
That's true. She ain't gonna say all that and then having to repeat herself when he comes back again. So
I just looked at the thing though. It looks like Nami's boobs are talking where the light comes off. Either that or I'm just like staring at him every time I look at that picture. I'm just like, it's probably both.
Probably.
Man,
oh man,
Tiny, you got to listen to that. Y'all got to listen. You got to listen to that band Gunship. That song Tech Noir is the coolest freaking thing I've ever. I mean, and it's not, because like it's not heavy like what you think all of this stuff that I listen to is. It is like the most chill, laid back, like retro 80s sounding thing I've ever heard. It is dope. That is so good. Thank you, Iron Oxide, for letting me hear that. In the beginning of it, like I was talking about before, the beginning of the song is John Carpenter talking about something. Cool. And then it just kicks it. It's called Tech Noir. So the song sounds like a mixture of Tron, the Terminator, Blade Runner, and like sort of kind of the opening for Stranger Things, but this came out before Stranger Things was even a thing. It's just, it's got that, it's like new 80s synthwave, but it's not like actual 80s synthwave. It's like better than any of the synthwave stuff that came out in the 80s. It's freaking dope. That goes for you guys in the chat too. Gunship. They're freaking awesome.
I will give it a listen at some point. I'm just not doing a lot right now.
Yeah, I understand. Meat puppets, Badwater.
There you go. Yeah, they don't earn anything. They go to college and told they're professionals when they graduate with nothing to back them up. And I think that's a giant prime example of everything we're seeing right now. It's the trophy generation, right? Everybody gets a trophy.
Yep.
Everybody's a winner. Everybody's fucking special. And that's what college has become, right? Yep. I am not bullshitting you. I had an aunt that got a degree in general studies from a college because she wasted 4 years of her life there, blew 4 years worth of college tuition, maybe even 5 years, and never particularly majored in anything. Nobody ever directed her in a specific place, nothing like that. She literally graduated with a degree in general fucking studies.
That didn't used to be an option
No.
You used to, like, you could do general studies for the first year or two because you didn't know what you really wanted your to be, but then you had to go pick something.
Right.
Well,
yeah. It's that ridiculous.
College is overrated, man.
Well, and that's the other thing too. It's so funny because I was reading. Because I've got Robinhood, some stuff in Robinhood. I get the Robinhood snacks email every day, and I try to read it, just kind of give like a little overview of the economy and kind of what's going on and stuff like that. And it's so funny because one of the things that they put in the snacks was worse because of all of the problems with the Pell Grants and color me shocked there. The government tried to change their program to make it more efficient, and now it's more broken than ever. It's almost like the government shouldn't actually fucking try to handle anything, especially something like loans. But so now between that and just the cost of it, they said there are fewer people enrolling in college now than like in like the past 20 or 30 years. And I'm like, exactly. The world is healing. This is the best thing that could ever happen to the next fucking generation, is an entire generation just says fuck off and doesn't go to college. Because here's the thing.
If you don't want to do something that's in the higher mathematics or engineering, you don't really need to go to college.
Right.
Because literally you can learn everything on the internet now.
Yep. That, you know what I mean? Or even trade school, but the internet.
But also trade schools, and I went to Johnson & Wales at first because I wanted to wrestle, and I thought I could do PL. Long story, doesn't matter. But that's a school that actually teaches you how to go into an industry. You get a degree from a university, but what you're doing is spending your time learning front of the house, back of the house. Because I was in hospitality management. Some of the kids in hospitality management go down, they transfer to the campus in Miami, end up literally working on cruise ships, or you can transfer to the campus out near Vegas and work in a casino. I mean, it's about training you to go into this profession to be your business. There are schools like that. And then there's a lot of really good trade schools, and there's nothing wrong with I blame completely and utterly, I blame Hollywood, and I think it was a psyop created by the fucking CIA to make everybody think that they had to go to college when there's no fucking reason to go to college except, like I said, for very specific industries.
Yeah, and that's
funny. Like if there's something you specifically need, right? Like if you're going to be a surgeon, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be an engineer, where you actually need like a legitimate degree. We need to know that you can do the math and shit like that and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, you don't need to go to college to be a home decorator. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to go to college to even learn anything computers nowadays, because you can literally do all of that stuff online. And hell, it's actually literally the computer age has come full circle, because it used to be there wasn't even degrees to get. So the best people are the ones that all taught themselves. And now it's getting to a point now where it's the exact same thing. The best people are the ones that taught all of themselves or came up with some new program or something like that. You're not even hiring people out of college anymore. Hell, the NSA and all them motherfuckers are hiring hackers out of high school and middle school now. And if someplace needed you to get a master's in something, most of the colleges, the master's programs want you to have at least some work experience or some life experience. They don't even want to let you in the master's programs anymore, because most kids didn't work their way through college anymore and didn't do other stuff through college to prove that they actually understand the real world. So and now they're just passing that shit out like fucking candy.
Yeah, if I could go back, man, and was like sober, I would have just done either mechanical engineering and computer engineering. Got an actual engineering degree instead of like kind of basically what my degree is, like all the science, biology, chemistry, not as much math as an actual engineering degree. And I was drunk the entire time, and I don't know how I graduated, but I'm serious, man. It's a miracle. But like I could have done actual engineering.
All right. Well, speaking of miracles, let's do this here real quick.
Something's supposed to happen.
I think you must be hitting an applause thing that the rest of us can't hear.
You guys aren't hearing it this time?
No.
I thought
That's okay.
it was so long. Too.
It should.
It was basically
it's not
this is about the
That's
third awkward.
I saw
pop-
Toasty's
awkward-
face was like, "Am I missing something?" So I figured I should say something.
No,
Because none
that's-
of the rest of us heard it. I could hear it.
Yeah,
Either.
see, that's weird because I used to hit that button and it would come through. I don't know. Things are changing. Things are different. Did I add an applause into the back end of
It
this?
started. I could start to hear it. And then it,
Oh, there we go.
Now hear it.
I knew I'd find that, but I knew I'd find it in the back end eventually.
He did that like 2 more times before. I'm like this.
Yeah. It should have came through.
He hit the awkward silence button.
That's so fucking weird. Oh, you know what? I bet you I'll have to check my microphone settings and StreamYards. I bet you it's something to do with that one. But that's why I put the button in the back too. But Little Peen Lux for $1.99 says Diesel is excited for the new Transformers. Trans flag. Yes, he is.
Dude,
Diesel
he
is
and
so
I,
excited.
he and
Thank
I
you, Little
and
Peen.
and my half brother watched the Borderlands movie. Although there are a couple of things I'll give it that looked okay, like from the games. There's a couple of things, but it was a mismatch and nonsense with a bunch of geriatric old lady. Man, what's her name? Looked like she was 80 years old trying to play 22-year-old Lily. Get out of here.
Mm.
It was terrible. It wasn't funny. It was cringe. But there was a few things in it, like the parts of the planet looked like this dude I know, his like family's backyard, which is like what the entire planet of Pandora looks like, a junkyard, basically a dump. So I was like, well, okay, that's accurate. That looked okay. And then the dude who played Marcus was spot on. And then the guy who played Krieg was okay too. But other than that, it was awful.
That's wild. That's fucking pathetic. That is so fucking bad. It's absolutely insane how bad some of this stuff's gotten.
Oh yeah, it is terrible. What's her name? What's that woman? Kate Blanchett. Oh god, she looks so old and terrible.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like that's what the problem I think with that movie was. The people who made the movie did not have confidence in the IP. So instead of casting a bunch of unknowns that would have looked perfect as the characters that they were supposed to represent in the game, they instead decided to grab a bunch of quote unquote A-list celebrities. I don't know if you'd really consider Kevin Hart an A-list celebrity or even Jamie Lee Curtis at this point anymore. Kate Blanchett's done incredible work. Oh, you can argue that one easily, but not in this. This is a superhero movie, essentially, is what this is. Yeah. This is an action adventure, raunchy comedy that should have been rated R because that's how you do Borderlands properly. And instead of trying to do that, and you could have gone like the Five Nights at Freddy's route, only spent like 20, 30, maybe $50 million on this movie. But instead, you want to hire all these big name actors and have to pay their fucking salaries and end up having a movie that cost you $120 million. And then you made $13 million globally on opening weekend. That movie will never even come close to paying for the salaries for the actresses and actresses involved, let alone pay for the rest of the budget or the fucking marketing.
It wasn't. I don't know who the movie was for. I don't know. It was not for Borderlands fans because they intentionally made it different from the games. They have hodgepodge, just grabbed a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. From like the 3 game, and I don't even consider the third one's. I haven't even played it because it's garbage. But like, you could have been the story behind it is very interesting, and the games are like you should play it sometime, Jesse, because it's got RPG elements.
I played the first. I've played the first two. I played the third one, but I was trying to play co-op with an ex-girlfriend of mine at the time, and the game was so fucking broken that we got to one point and we got stuck because there was no way to backtrack and get her an oxygen helmet. So she just kept fucking dying over and over again.
You're talking about the pre-sequel, the one where they're on the moon and you got to jump around. Yeah,
maybe.
That's another.
I thought it was the third one. No, it could have been that one because it was the one that was hot garbage. But yeah, fuck that movie. That ain't how vaults work. And without Handsome Jack driving it, the plot felt so flat. No one knew what the fuck was going on. Absolutely.
Handsome Jack is he's like the greatest villain. And there's such a missed opportunity because he's a white dude and he's an evil piece of garbage, man. And they could have had like their white evil piece of garbage. And the cast is already diverse. You're just like, Get some no names in there. Get some really smoking hot 22-year-old redhead to play Lilith. Then you get somebody that's like about, I don't know, you can get like 27, 29 years to play Tannis. Tannis has a short, like pixie haircut, and she's like a scientist. She's like maybe I'd say about 27, 29 years old, man. And then Roland is like supposed to be 6'2", 6'3", and you get like Kevin Hart. Like, what is he like?
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. This is what Grim brings up. Yeah, because Kevin Hart, all the jokes are always made about how small fucking Kevin Hart is.
He's very short.
And he plays the tank in the fucking movie. Roland is supposed to be the fucking tank.
Brick is the tank. Roland is the like the soldier. He's like he's basically like your who am I thinking? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Like he's
like your if you were like playing
what Snake Eyes is categorized as.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe. He's the
if you were playing D&D, he'd be like your rogue. He's your special forces guy. He's like your special forces guy.
Okay. I never seen the movie. I'm planning to see the movie, but I just got the game for $6. It's on sale on Steam because of the movie. So it was 60 and now 6 on Steam. I got the first.
Oh, you're gonna like I said, from the kind of stuff that you like with just like blowing shit up and watching heads blow up, you're gonna fucking love the first Borderlands movie. Have you ever seen the first trailer for the first
Commando? He's a commando. That's what he is. Commando.
Have you ever seen the first? Oh, I'm gonna pull that up. It's so fucking good. Like the music's just perfect for it, and like it's
the trailer for the Borderlands. It's so
the first game.
Oh yeah, that song is great too, man.
It's a perfect. We're gonna look for Borderlands. I'm gonna pull that up because that is so fucking good.
I love the Borderlands 2. I have played that game in the pre-sequel probably more than any other game. Like every year, I'll start it over and play it again, just because it's freaking awesome. It's like and if you get 4 people together or a couple of dudes, you can co-op that game. It's so much fun.
All right, I'm just making sure I found the right one. It's kind of hard to find because it's so fucking old.
But that song is dope.
Yeah, it's because they got the Game of the Year edition, but I don't think that's the right one. So this says it's the right. This has got 1.6 million views. So I think this is pretty close. This isn't the original TV one I saw. It's got a little bit of extra at the beginning.
I think the trailer is like the opening of the game. It plays at the beginning of the game, man. That's the one, and it goes through and it introduces like Roland as the command. Yeah, it introduces like a Mordecai is like I always played as Mordecai because he was a sniper in the first game.
Oh, there you go. I can't remember who I always played as in the first one, and I think I can't remember now.
You know who I never played as?
Who?
Lilith, because I'm not a chick, man.
Yeah, but Lilith had some really fucking cool powers.
Oh, she did, but like I always liked the sniper, man. Let's see here.
Thank you, Waz, in the chat.
Hey, what's up?
Have I got a story for you? This is our home.
I saw that 652 combined across all of the platforms mutually. That's fucking awesome.
It's a wasteland, that it's dangerous. That only a fool would search for something of value here. Then perhaps I am a fool.
I literally think I bought the album that this song was from just because of this fucking game.
I love it.
I'm still walking down the street when I saw the shadow of a man creep out of sight. And then he swept up from behind, he put a gun up to my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for a fight.
Oh, she's supposed to be her. Okay, yeah. Oh my God, but she's too old.
Exactly.
She's a young girl.
Yeah, she's 22 or 21.
Yeah. It's lad. This is all of our problems with this one. Yeah, that's Lilith. That's
Lilith. That ain't no 55-year-old Kate Blanchett.
Fuck no, dude.
And he put a gun up to my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for a fight. He said, "Give me all you got. I want your money, not your life. If you try to make a move, I want them twice." He said, "There ain't no rest for the wicked." You woke the wrong dog. Ah, yeah.
I like him. He's crazy.
Oh, dude, those guys are fucking psychos. It's so great. They're so much fun to kill because, like, some of them like it when you shoot them.
I know, they're insane. There's actually a mission on Borderlands 2 where a psycho's like, just he pays you to shoot him in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what that movie's supposed to be based on. So think about that when you go see it.
Still such, man, those games, the replayability on those games is off the chart. Probably it's up there with like the Stalker games, man, that I got into, which was like open world. Like it's in the Ukraine, like in an alternate universe version of Chernobyl, where it had all these paranormal phenomena going on and everything. You get to run around there and do all this crazy stuff with these mutant things and go around, get it outside in the irradiated area. It is awesome. And it's all done by people in the Ukraine, actually, man.
That is so fucking cool. I love that. I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and
the
girls.
Ninja Turtle mission, and the Ninja Turtle mission in Borderlands 2. There's a Ninja Turtle mission. There's a Top Gun mission where you have to go shoot these guys. You have to go shoot and the dude's name is Loggins that gives you the mission, like Kenny Loggins from like Highway to the Danger Zone. There's one where you have to go kill these things and you lure them out with pizza. And is that pizza, dude? And they come out and they're gonna kill them.
Oh my god, that sounds
it's so funny, man. The pop culture references are hilarious.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's one of those. If you're into pop culture at all, you're gonna laugh your ass off playing some of that game, and it's just a really, really, really fucking good time. And you know what else is a really good time, boys and girls? Memes. There we go. Welcome to the meme. Shout out to the Legion of Memers, boys and girls. They are out there doing the Lord's work. Yes, the side quest for memes about popular franchises to nerds. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Had the Death DLC and a looter shooter.
Oh, there's so many good DLCs for that game.
This is how we get X Charlena to show up in the chat. The face the guy was absolutely hilarious, and those voice actors must have enjoyed those lines. Oh, they would have had to have an absolute blast saying all the fucked up shit they did in those games.
The handsome Jack voice acting guy is having a blast as this twisted evil character. And sometimes he's just going over your radio and he's just eating something while he's talking to you and stuff. And the guy's just like eating some crap.
That is fucking crazy.
Hey there, kiddo. I see you're not dead yet.
No, dude, that shit was great. I love that. He was just like, oh, you're not dead yet. Oh, you're not dead yet. Oh, my God.
How about I pay you to kill yourself?
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. I need to go back and play those games. Oh, my God. I don't get this one because I didn't watch the Olympics, like the majority of people. 2024.
Noir was saying that like the United States, everyone thinks we should be really good at the shooting competitions, but they're so boring that most Americans who like to shoot won't do just the one thing. They like to do a whole bunch of stuff, or they like to do tactical shit. So we don't have anyone to send to the boring stuff.
No, because the stuff at the Olympics is all like either shotgun or whatever this retarded shit is, where you end up looking like a fucking cyborg.
It's a
you
type,
know what I mean?
It's a type of air pistol.
Right. And so it's like,
the same as shooting a regular gun.
You want to do fucking Olympic sports that'll get Americans interested, like shooting sports? Do a fucking 3-gun competition. Okay, do a run and gun 3-gun competition. Let's see how fast these motherfuckers are. Because that's the other problem too. It's like you see, like there was a badass shotgun chick from the United States a few years back. Dude, she looks like she's a fucking 40-year-old mom that's like 150 pounds overweight, right? Badass fucking shot, but like don't exactly epitome Olympic athlete. You know what I mean? Like you want to do some shit. Like let's get some fucking snipers that can hit shit at 1,000 yards. Okay, let me put my spec ops guys against your spec ops guys. Okay, let's show you.
I like the Turkish dude puts his hand in his pocket, shoots an almost perfect shot, and then asks where he can smoke.
Yeah, like.
Or like have them go through that obstacle course, like Keanu Reeves did for the John Wick movies, where he goes through there clearing.
That's a run and gun. That's a run and gun.
Yeah,
that's run and gun. Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Like to do tactical. We like to do something that's beyond just, oh look, I shot a single target that's staying still 500 yards away. Like it's not enough for most Americans. They want to do more.
Got to shoot something and have it blow up.
Dude, adding tannerite targets to the Olympics would make everybody would. That would be the most popular sport in the Olympics in the United States if they added tannerite to all of the targets. I love that
Jesse knows about tannerite. This is some southern stuff, boy. This is awesome.
Fuck, you just any gun nuts shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, I just love it, dude. It's like, man, my brother's blown up a whole bunch of. I shouldn't say tannerite. It's legal.
This is fucking great. Yeah, the dragon goes to collect all the archers. This one says parent struggle is real. You drop all the guys with armor on there. Mom, take the crusts off. I love that. That's right. Check on your friends. They may need help welding. It's true. It's true. God bless Killdozer. One man that was just tired of the government shit. He-Man had a friend named Fisto. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It's funny because it's true.
It is, and the worst part is, don't let Kevin Smith find that out. Oh God.
Oh no.
Life does not get easier. You just get stronger. Me now, the old me. Yeah, there you go. At some point, we need to quit asking who needs to pay more taxes and focus on where the hell all of our money is going. Yeah, think. Yeah. Amen. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's never too late to start believing in yourself. Vlad the Impaler didn't even start impaling people until his mid-30s. See? That's your motivation for the week, boys and girls. That's your motivation for the week.
And it's in his name, and he didn't start doing it till his 30s, man.
I mean, come on. I didn't start getting called nerd all the damn time until in my 30s too. So I think Vlad and we're on the same path. I think mine just might be a little less bloody than his. We'll see how Hollywood holds up. How I feel about angry Sparkle DMs who jump on my threads to spew Wizards of the Coast propaganda. You need to stop posting all those memes because you're not funny. You need to stop letting everyone put their meat in you. You're not a fridge.
Wow.
Wow. That was some nuclear burn from orbit.
That's fucking great. That is great. Yeah, see, new law in West Virginia eliminates sales tax on guns and ammo. Oh yeah, me country road. I'm not gonna try singing. West Virginia. Yep.
Is that a cat?
Oh yeah, that's that cat. That's that cat meme that always sings that. I love that. Yeah, eliminate sales tax on guns and ammo. God bless them. God bless them. Behold the one commandment. Don't ask the government to fix problems they caused. Yeah, no shit.
No kidding. That's what they've been doing.
It's all they ever have done.
Yeah.
Ford, we're proudly founded by Henry Ford. Toyota, we're founded by the visionary Kichio Toyota. Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I was going to leave that here.
Not going to say anything. 1994, 2024. Oh, God, no shit. Oh, no shit. Sad but true. Sad but true. That's probably what it looks like if you're barbecuing in Brooklyn right now. Oh. Me every time I go out in public, lousy human bastards. There you go. Hey, let me ask you something, Toasty. Is this what it looks like if anybody's barbecuing out in your neighborhood? This is how it used to be. This is how it is now.
No, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that yet. No.
Yeah, this
Not quite.
put yet right there.
Yeah, she did say yet.
I
She did
haven't
say-
seen that yet.
Ah,
Well,
they
actually,
lit-
no. Well, not the barbecuing part, but I've seen ugly men and women outfits.
That's fucking hilarious. Yep, that's accurate. This literally made me laugh out loud. This is not bacon, Karen. This is a begging strip. I can sniff out cocaine in a hooker's butt crack from across an airport. Do you really think I can't tell fake bacon from the real thing? That's an oldie but a goodie. That's an oldie. Yeah, that's still a good one. Kamala Harris. I love it. Circus Freak, what's he got? I love Lamp. Oh, God. Oh, Pixar. Whoa. What the fuck? Oh, God. Circus Freak, what does this say? Got the new Alien Romulus popcorn bucket at Cinemark. Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It took you a second.
Hey, Giger did do it like that, man. That's the way he designed that thing. He was a weird guy.
No, really? Who would have thunk it? We asked 100 men which woman was prettier. The answer was the one to the left in both photos. Boobs make it all better. Students say that women who have more sex have better developed brains. This explains feminism. Yep. Billionaires are boring. Your mega mansions are all white furniture. Makes me sick. How could you have that kind of money and not live in a haunted castle with a moat, hedges shaped like animals, and a groundskeeper with a questionable past? I agree with that. I fully agree with that. Video game final boss. You took everything from me. Me who skipped all the cutscenes. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
That's me. I just like, yeah, okay, but let me start shooting people. Let me just go straight to online to start, just, skip the storyline.
Oh, that is great. I'm the direct opposite. I love a good game with a good story. I'm also a big hack and slash fan because I get frustrated at games that are too hard. But I love a good storyline. As someone who has been living with a severe suicidal ideation my entire life, I want to tell you something. You don't have to stay alive for yourself. People say it's a bad idea to live for external things because they're temporary. And it's true. Living for yourself is too ideal. But if you're not to that point, yeah, that's okay. I lived for my dog for the past 4 years. Before that, I lived for my snakes. Before that, I lived for my cat. You can live for whatever needs you and whatever matters to you. Live for your best friend. Live for your plants. Live for your pets. Live for your Animal Crossing town. Live for whatever keeps you alive. And the day will come when you can live for yourself. Still Street Joshua says, this is something everyone should see. Thank you for sharing this. Oh, I thought that was going to have something good. But look at Jim Bone being all fucking wholesome and shit in the chat. Look at that. Now that's not a name. That's a name I haven't heard since I threw your dad into a volcano and cut off his legs. True.
It's true.
There are 21 million penguins in Antarctica, and the population of Ireland is 6.6 million. So if all the penguins in Antarctica decide to invade Ireland, each person would have to fight off over 3 million penguins. Oh, fuck it. Fuck if I know random thoughts of people on the internet that they shouldn't be put out there. Math. Not everyone should be learned math, I guess. Oh, this is great. My name is Idaho Montoya. You peeled my father. Prepare to fry.
So fucked up.
I love The Princess Bride. We still have to raise money to get No Green Rocks to watch that with us. My friend's 5-year-old just saw a crow and called it a Halloween eagle. This is now my new name for the bird, formerly known as the crow.
Halloween eagle.
I like that. Doctor, I'm sad.
Scary smart.
They are stupid, wicked smart. Doctor, I'm sad. Sad backwards is Das, and Das not good. Anyway, here's your bill.
Little faces is funny.
Das is not good. That's
not good. He's got the mustache.
I'm absolutely losing my mind that the credit scores weren't established in the U.S. until 1989. We really are the guinea pig generation for all the bad boomer ideas. That's actually pretty fair. That's actually pretty fair. Yeah. When older people say enjoy them while they are young, they're talking about your knees and hips, not your kids.
Yep.
Oh, what's up, Bojan? Good to see you, Bad Take. Good to see you, Bad Take. Glad you made it in. Oh, Jim Bone's like, I like to have a mix of totally fucked up and wholesome. Where's the fun? Public service announcement for men. Boxers are not shorts. You cannot wear them outside. Don't tell us what not to wear. Teach the girls not to stare. Yes. Exactly. Oh, look at the bye.
Hey, he's a poet and didn't know it.
Is that a little rat? Is that a little rat?
Little hamster. His name is Possum.
Oh, he looks like a possum too. That's what I thought at first. His colors are perfect for that. Oh,
his name is Possum. He's very friendly.
I love it. I love it.
He's got big old nuts.
Yeah, he does. I see that.
I love that.
Yeah, he does.
That is great. Oh, that is fucking great. I love hamsters. Hamsters are great. Oh, my seemingly insurmountable troubles. Little old lady at church praying for me. Hell yeah. That's right. God bless those little ladies at church praying for us all. Oh, I love it. I love it. Man who accidentally left 300,000 guns for the Taliban gives a lecture on gun control.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the pullout for Afghanistan. We'll be here all night. Nothing to see here, folks. Just a normal Venn diagram. Butterfly
yeah,
dive.
that's totally me, especially me being Puerto Rican. I just love sharp things.
I don't
It's in my
blame you.
DNA. It's in my DNA.
Yep. No, she stabbed you again. Oh, color shock. That's what you get for dating a Hispanic woman. Barbie didn't give me a poor body image. Barbie taught me you can't reattach a head once it's removed from the body.
An important thing to know.
There's no brain in there.
No shit. Or any genitalia. Afghanistan. Oh, that's great.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I drink because you fake throw the ball, Dave. That's right. When I was your age, this was a dragon. Old school RPGs.
It looks like that Cubert, sort of.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a seahorse from like old school Pokemon too. Yeah, one of the Seedries. The Trojan horse. Nice. It's a condom, in case you can't tell. Kids these days don't know the struggle. You really struggle with this? Literally match the colors, bro. That's a good point. Valid point. Wasn't rocket science.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. And Brokeback Mountain 2, Scissor Creek. Yep, the sequel no one ever got.
I'll buy that for $1.
In 100 years, we've gone from teaching Latin and Greek in high school to teaching remedial English in college. Yep. Absolute facts. That fucking boggles my mind too. Absolutely boggles my mind. I used to be able to learn I used to be able to learn Latin in school, and no. When you turn 18 and start life for real, this ride only stops at an emergency. Crying is not an option, or it's not an emergency. Yeah, crying is not an emergency. It's true. It's true. Got to put it in your big girl panties and suck it up, buttercup. Removing on Jemina branding, but keeping the high fructose corn syrup with a brown dye and sodium hexamoxidrophytite is a pretty stellar example of how liberals love to make hollow symbolic gestures while keeping in place the system that's actually killing people. Yeah. Yep. Is it downloading? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Back when it was going super slow.
Yeah, right.
You couldn't tell if the green bar was actually moving or not because you've been fucking staring at it for so damn long.
Start going blind, seeing green things everywhere.
Oh. Where did you park? Next to the car that looks like a suspicious stone vampire. Me, the what? I want that car.
That is, yeah. That's some old school.
I like it.
That's early, looks like early 60s, late 50s.
I used to know what that car was, but I don't remember anymore because I always loved that's what I love about the late 50s and the 60s cars and all the curves and stuff like that. I think that like looks Chevy Bel Air.
That looks like 62-ish to me.
Yeah.
I like rounded cars, if that makes sense. I don't like the square looking cars. I like
the boxy stuff.
I don't like the boxy. I like the rounded. Yeah.
Real cars have curves.
This is true.
You're replaceable at work, but never at home. Oh, Oh, what the? Oh, okay. I thought that was Jim Bone's last one. I was like, really? American gamers be like, yes, I've seen this controller, and yeah, I would absolutely rock the shit out of that Xbox controller.
That's nice.
Nice one, Kitty Flips. Christy ain't even here, and she's dropping memes. Good job. How tall are you? Are you a fucking roller coaster?
All right. Check out this first one.
Oh, God. Diesel. Guys, it's Optimus Prime.
Now check out what Don Figueroa drew and posted on X today. He made an alt mode for it.
Oh, that is fucking great.
And then he wanted to make it from his 3D printer.
Dude, and let me tell you something, dude. I guarantee you that thing actually transforms. The dude does that just tripped me out, man. He's designed, drawn and designed like so much stuff, man.
That is
fucking just trips great. Out, man. He made it. He's like, I had to.
That is great. The military made a robot that can eat organisms for fuel. We completely understand the public's concern about futuristic robots feeding on the human population, but that's not our mission. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? That's wow. That's disturbing on so many fucking levels.
On so many levels.
Man, didn't anybody watch?
Onward, Sir Hunkers. There's fuckery to spread.
It's Katsumi.
It does look a bit like her.
Oh, my boo.
All right, guys, I gotta head out.
Perfect timing. Tell everybody they can find you and what you're up to. That's exactly what we were getting to. So have at it.
Oh, okay.
Ladies first. Guests first. Normally you're last, but I'll let you go first since you got to run anyway. Have at it, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Toasty, you've been a blast, by the way, too. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. I always love doing panels. Always love doing panels. Yeah, I get to meet new people and talk to chat and stuff like that. But you can find me on Rumble and on YouTube as Toasty with the Mosty. And then that base Latinx on X, where you can see me troll people and argue with them and then make them angry because it's just fun. But yeah. So
there you go. Well, thank you for being here, Toasty. And yes, definitely go follow her on X. Her trolling is legendary. I'm pretty sure that's how we ended up following each other, is probably because of that. Because anybody that says base Latinx as their user profile is going to be fucking hilarious because of how much all of us people with actual Hispanic descent fucking hate that and understand what Romance languages actually are. So yeah, go fuck yourself with that shit and go follow Toasty. Toasty, thank you for being here, my dear. I appreciate it. We'll have to have you back sometime soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me, guys. I really do appreciate it. It was super fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Thank you very, very much. All right. Where's that? Anytime.
Good night, guys.
See ya.
Night, Toasty.
Bye, Toasty. Where's the clock?
Where did that time?
I found the other button in the background since you guys aren't hearing my other one. So yeah, there you go. And there's, Madhouse has got all of her links. There you go. Appreciate that. If you're over on Rumble, her multiple link thing is over there on Rumble in the description as well down there. So yeah, so go check all that stuff out. She's been absolutely great. Oh, like that. Mars Monkey's like, thank you for wasting an hour of your life hanging with us. It was 3. What are you talking about? It was almost 3 hours of her life wasted with us. That's even better. Thank you for that. That was great. All right. Yeah, that was an absolute blast. That was fucking dope. Jesus, 820. Dude, we're good. Like the fucking Rumble viewer or the Twitter viewer, X viewership is fucking exploding. We're at like 826 because it was like 500 on mine and like a few hundred on hers. It's fucking nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. Yeah, so yeah, fucking, I don't know what Twitter's doing, but their X is fucking doing something right because they're fucking making sure all the impressions and shit count and they're pushing all that stuff out. So even if you just browse across this, you're watching, and I appreciate that. That's fucking cool. Follow us on Twitter or follow us on X if you haven't already and you're listening and lurking over there or just randomly scan through there. So yeah, but yeah, boys and girls, that's about really all we've got tonight to wrap it up. It was great to have fucking Toasty on here tonight. That was a lot of fun. Definitely have to have her back. Gotta fucking have loved having a base Latina that's on, especially from fucking New York. She's in the East Coast. She's in the belly of the beast up there dealing with all that crazy shit. So absolute fucking blast to have her on. And shout out to all of her folks that were over in her chat that we highlighted and said hi to all you guys. You guys were great too. So I appreciate that. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I got another video I still got to edit to get out for tomorrow too, because today was such a crazy day and all of that kind of fun stuff. But I'm going to let these fabulous folks tell them where they can find you and what they're up to and all of that kind of fun shit. And we'll start with Diesel, because we're going to leave the beauty for last this time. Diesel, what are you up to, buddy?
First of all, thanks for playing the Alien trailers and posting the little stuff that I had on X, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was cool. And
of course, buddy.
May start. I know I've been threatening the last couple of weeks starting Space Jockeys. It hadn't worked out. I was sick and then had a bunch of stuff come up. So we may or may not start it this Sunday. It might be a good time to do it if Iron Oxide watches Alien Romulus, and because I'm going to see it Friday, and maybe we can start a sci-fi stream on Sunday. If we do, it's probably going to be around 5 p.m. Central on my channel and Iron Oxide's channel. So I'll try to throw out some links to that if we get that up and going. I'll have to coordinate with him and make sure we can get it rolling. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else coming up. Just
dope.
Be here on Wednesdays.
Dope. Sounds good, Diesel. I appreciate it as always, buddy. Tiny, my dear, with the lovely avatar, what do you got going on, my sweet?
Well, Tuesdays and Saturdays I'm on with MSK, but I got it. My dad gave me some help, and so I'm going to actually be able to get 3 ketamine infusions in a row. So the next 2 or 3 Tuesdays, I probably will not be on MSKs, but I'll still be there Saturday. This Saturday, D&D with Nate. I think it's 3 p.m. Pacific. Pretty sure.
I think that's right.
This Sunday is also with Moxie Dame, Surly Durly, doing a retrospective on Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm here every Wednesday. And Toasty's trying to start her thing on Fridays, so I may be completely busy every day of the week sometime soon. And I still want my own channel.
That's cool. And I didn't even realize you and Toasty knew each other either.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
We've been following each other for like months now, man. And then one time I happened to look up and she was on MSK stream, and I was like, huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny as fuck. Yeah, no, she just followed me and I was looking for guests and I saw some of her takes and I was like, fuck it. If she follows me, I'll reach out to her, see if she wants to come on. And she fucking jumped right on the chance. I was like, well, fuck yeah, that works out perfectly.
Yeah,
so,
man,
yeah.
She gives people she gives people hell all day long on X, man.
That's fucking great. That is fucking great. And yeah, we got 699 views on Rumble tonight, or not on Rumble, on X tonight, just as people seeing the show and scrolling by. So all you guys that shared it out on your social medias and everybody else, that helped get us 700 views now on X tonight. Yes. On that's the most we've ever had on any show for Winding Down Wednesdays, or actually for any of the live streams we've had over there on X. So whatever they're doing, however they're not hiding that stuff anymore. For a while, it seemed like a lot of the live streams and stuff like that when they're streaming over there got hidden. And I don't know if that was just them screwing with the stuff, but apparently that's not happening anymore. So that's really freaking cool. That's really freaking cool.
That is dope, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So, all right, boys and girls, I think that's all we've got tonight. Madhouse Retro, Mars, Monkey Max, Bad Take, Bojan, Grim, Gem Bone, and everybody, Venus, and everybody else that was out there lurking and hanging out. I appreciate all of you guys. This is a lot of fun. I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. for another edition of the Morning Prep, going over all your pop culture and nerd news. We had another video come out at 4:00 today. That was that was me roasting Bruce Timm and that absolute abomination, him being a lazy asshole. As far as writing that new video. So go check that one out. Go leave some comments on it. I'm not even asking you to watch the whole video. It's 18 minutes long. I'm asking you to watch it for long enough to smash the like button and leave me a comment down below to help out with those algorithms, because we are literally like 25 subscribers away from hitting 1,200. So we need to get another video to take off in that algorithm and all that stuff. You guys leaving comments and arguing with all the idiot woke assholes out there. All of that shit got the last Batman video to like 2,000 views. So let's see if we can get that going up again at the end of the day, boys and girls. YouTube is just a mathematical mathematical equation, and you can screw with it if you are willing to put in a little time and a little effort. And especially for all those out there that can't support the channel financially, that's a great and easy way for you guys to do that. And it really makes a world of difference. So thank you guys so very much for everybody that's helped out with that. Obviously, thank you very much to Toasty for coming on tonight. That was absolutely a blast. Thank you to all my beautiful co-hosts, and of course, all of you beautiful folks out there in the chat, and Little Peen and Jason Sandberg for the donations tonight. You guys were very great. And Jack Tarlad has been a member for 1 month as well. I forgot to grab that earlier. We had such a good conversation that I missed it as well. So, all right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, and I use that term very specifically. This is just with the Common Nerd. I bring you pop culture and all things 33 Common Sense Lens. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for the morning prep. God bless y'all. I love you, and have a good night, and enjoy the credits.